Blood freak!
Blood freak!
Blood freak!
Blood freak!
Blood freak!
Blood freak!
Welcome to episode 7 of IWHI. My name is Alex, and I'm joined by my co-host.
My name is Brandon.
We are currently recording this episode on
August 25th, 2022.
with
Florida. In Florida.
with microphones
H4n Pro Zoom audio recorder.
in Brandon's living room.
Living the dream.
For new listeners, the format of this podcast is, so first we record a pre-watch segment, and we discuss the subject of the episode, and then we declare whether we want to hate it or not, and then we watch the subject of the episode and take notes. And then finally we record a post-watch segment wherein we recap what we just saw and tell you, the audience, whether we hated it or not.
Now, wait a minute. Did you get that, audience? Because if you didn't hear a word he said, you're going to fail the test. After we watch the movie, there's an exam, and you have to pass it to continue to listen to our podcast.
But that's all on the honor system because it's just an audio file, so it's on you.
To cheat, right. So, don't cheat.
Yeah. Unless we
also,
forget.
there's no exam. Just kidding.
Okay, so dude, before we continue, I gotta ask a favor. Could you edit it so that when we say the title of the movie, you pitch shift it so that our voices are deepened? So say it with me on after one.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Do it again.
3, 2, 1.
Blood freak!
Are you ready?
Kind of like that.
Perfect.
Okay, so anyway, with the introductions out of the way, let's jump right into our first segment called I Wanna Hate It. So, what is it? What's the subject for this episode?
The subject is the movie title.
The X-rated
Blood freak.
from 1972.
X gonna give it to you.
Runtime 1 hour 26 minutes. Made by and starring, directed by Brad F. Grinter and Steve Hawkes.
Two of my favorite directors I've never heard about.
Starring, stars Steve Hawkes as Herschel, Dana Colvin as Anne,
Like that name.
Randy Grinter as Randy Grinter Jr.
Hey, wait a minute. That's Brad Grinter's...
Oh yeah, Brad Grinter is one of the directors and writers.
Yeah.
And Heather Hughes as Angel.
So that means there's 3 Grinters on this film.
Yes.
Grinter Jr., Randy,
Well,
and Brad.
Grinter Jr. is a character played by Grinter. And the rest don't have character names listed on IMDb, so they don't matter.
Yeah, no, they could give a damn
Yeah.
if they're there or not.
So I couldn't find anything about what it did at the box office, but presumably millions.
Yeah, and most likely reason because it's from 1972.
Yeah.
That's before Hollywood really realized they
It's
need
like a
money.
B movie or a C movie or a Z movie from 1972.
Gen Z movie.
So what's its IMDb rating, Brandon?
3.6 points.
Rotten Tomatoes?
Tomatometer, 48%.
Critics rating not available.
Metacritic.
And then no Metacritic
It didn't
rating.
exist back in 72.
This movie barely exists.
So speaking of which, it barely existed. We can talk about real quick how we came about finding it out.
Oh yeah, tell us.
My coworker, Steven, recommended it.
Steven.
I think he said it was terrible, but it's definitely worth watching for the podcast. So
Nice.
here we are. We're
Blood freaking.
it up.
Thank you, Steven.
Appreciate you, dog.
So awards and nominations?
None. No. I don't know. I didn't see it. Oh, yeah, no.
None to speak of.
Okay, yeah.
So according to the Wikipedia entry for
Blood freak.
also known as
Blood freaks.
under the reception section, Dennis Schwartz from Ozus's World Movie Reviews gave the film a grade C+.
Very generous.
Yeah.
Could have went with a C. Just bumped it up a little bit.
writing, everything about this movie is Ed Wood bad, from the acting, the screenplay, and production values.
Can you give us a backstory if you know who Ed Wood is?
Okay, so
Wood.
I know this from mainly the Jonathan Depp movie, Ed Wood, where he plays
really?
Ed Wood.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you never saw it?
No.
It's really good.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, we should watch
Ed Wood.
it. Ed Wood. It's good.
Huh.
So
Ed Wood is good.
Ed Wood is good.
It's directed by Tim Burton, I believe, and it's black and white. I think so.
Weird. Okay.
Basically, Ed Wood was... You ever heard of Plan 9 from Outer Space?
Planet 9?
Plan 9
Plan
from
9.
Outer Space.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so if you know anything about...
Can you give me another reference? I don't know. You
Yeah.
went like 6 references back just to explain the point.
You heard of So Bad It's Good, right?
Is it a movie?
You heard of the saying So Bad It's Good?
I have.
Okay. Like The Room,
It's cheesy.
Troll 2.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So in the pantheon of So Bad It's Good, this is like one of the earliest examples, because Plan 9 from Outer Space is like comically bad. Like the production values is like $0.
Oh, good.
And it's even funnier when you watch Ed Wood with Jonathan Depp, because
Same thing?
well, you find out the backstory of how he made these movies. So basically, he like kind of schemed his way onto the Warner Brothers lot, or like one of those old-timey movie Hollywood lots,
Yeah.
and like stole props, like
This is
stole
Tim
an
Burton?
octopus.
Or not Tim
Ed
Burton
Wood,
himself. Okay, Ed Wood, sorry.
played by John Depp.
Right. Okay.
And basically, like there's a scene where there's an actor who has to pretend they're being attacked by a squid, but it's just like a squid puppet, and so the actor is wiggling the squid puppet himself while he's like, oh no, oh, I'm being attacked, oh.
Oh my god.
And the plot is like played dead seriously, but it's the most ridiculous shit you've ever heard of.
That's cool.
Yeah. So basically, that's Ed Wood. He was just one of the very first So Bad It's Good movie directors.
Tommy Wiseau.
Yes.
That
He was
class. Okay.
Tommy
I
Wiseau
get it now.
class.
I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
top tier trash.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what
Dumpster fire.
Dennis
Yeah.
Schwartz says about Blood Freak. So that's a
Okay.
good indication.
Bill Gibran?
Bill Gibran.
Bill Gibran from Pop Matters wrote, actors who play dead by wincing and giggling as all the
Wincing and wiggling.
while, huh?
Wincing and wiggling.
That's what I said.
You said giggling.
Well, wiggling, giggling. I mean, all right. All the
Sorry.
while affects gore.
All the while, effect score FX. Yeah, he wrote.
Jeez. Across their face makes Blood Freak a first-rate, crazed caper.
Crazed
That
Capon
sucks.
Caper. Yeah, that
I
guy.
don't like him. His
That guy-
writing's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
Man.
Joseph A. Ziembra from Bleeding Skull writes,
Pretty cool.
Blood Freak is a trash film revelation. Peerless, disturbed, and completely stupid.
My kind of film.
It's a glorification of all things crooked and perplexing from 70s exploitation films.
Exploitation films.
Yeah. So you heard of exploitation, like, there's different types. There's like black exploitation, which is like your Shaft.
Okay.
Like Black
Capitalizing
Dynamite
on an
kinda.
idea or like a
Well, it's like
franchise idea
grindhouse,
type of deal.
pulpy, like no budget, trash movie theater films that you'd spend like 50 cents in 1970s to go watch.
Okay, yeah.
And it's just
It's just a movie.
it's like, I don't know what the gore version of it is, like gore exploitation or something. But anyway, it would just be like a
a
film.
slasher film.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be the
But like you're super violent, but like no budget at all, kind of. I guess the modern equivalent would be like your Sharknadoes kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff made on a shoestring budget, and it's just extreme because it's not mainstream Hollywood, kind
That and they're taking a risk, which is good. I like that they're
of. Yeah,
even though the imagination might not be high, at least
Yeah.
they're doing something against the grain.
yeah. It'd be
If
kind of
you-
like
you have too many
trauma
Marvel
movies too.
you know.
Yeah, like
Which
they have
some
no
would
code,
argue.
no code of ethics, no morality,
Exactly.
no delusions of morality.
No, I mean it's honestly becoming like the Apple of Hollywood. It's Marvel movies, I think.
Yeah.
So, oh, what's it gonna be this time? Oh, another, you know.
Well, I do like Marvel movies because
too.
at worst they're still decent,
I know.
and then at best they're pretty dang good.
True.
But it is kind of, they do have a formula, and they do have like boundaries they're not willing to cross.
Right. That
But-
Deadpool, I guess, huh?
But that wasn't made by Marvel MCU, proper Disney MCU. That was
Yeah.
made by
Which I find really
Fox.
funny because we have Disney Plus and you can just have Deadpool 2 on Disney Plus.
Well, Fox is now owned by Disney, so therefore they own they own Deadpool. And
No,
they're
I'm
not
just
going to
saying
stop.
it's funny because you're scrolling through like, not SpongeBob, but like Moana and other Disney films. And
Oh,
all
yeah.
of a sudden Deadpool 2.
Deadpool, he's pointing like a gun at his balls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You have parental settings on your children or not.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna make it. Okay.
All right, folks. We digress. But, so don't let these reviews taint our perception of the film, though, right? We got to give it its
never.
fair shake. We got to
Always.
go in blind, got to go in fresh.
Always Coca-Cola. Have you seen this movie before?
No,
Of course not. Nobody has.
nobody has. So IMDb plot synopsis: a blind a biker gets a job at a turkey farm, and agrees to act as a guinea pig for some chemicals that need testing, and failing to anticipate the murderous side effects.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Where the taglines,
A
Brandon?
biker. I wonder if he's is he a motorcyclist or just some guy on a bike?
bicyclist, yeah.
Just some guy in like a 1920s bike with a giant ass wheel in the back.
Oh, I think those are called the
Or on
penny.
the front. Sorry, yeah.
I think those are called penny farthing.
Penny. Yeah, it is penny farthing.
Is it? Yeah.
So
Such
when
a
I
weird
lived back
name.
in Michigan, a decade ago.
An Aeon Flux.
It was a decade flux ago. I tried out for Oz the Great and the Powerful as an extra,
Oh, okay.
and I remember bringing my, pictures and all that stuff, and didn't get picked. But they were asking everybody, the group, if they had a penny farthing, and if you did, you'd get like a stipend or whatever.
So it's
as an added
BYOPF.
P.
Yeah.
No, it was cool though, because they were looking for one, and there was one person that did speak up. They're like,
I have a penny
I
farthing.
have a penny farthing.
So-
Wow!
Some guy in a top hat and a cane and a twirly mustache.
Totally didn't expect him to say he had one.
Shit. Wow.
Has one of those long pipe cigarette things.
Cigarette that has a cigarette holder.
Yeah, it's like a foot long.
He's wacky. So, give us some taglines here.
So some taglines could be said as a 20th century horror beyond belief.
In vivid Eastman color.
How about rated X, not for sex? Which apparently in 1975 it was re-rated to letter R as in Romeo, according to IMDb.
Peggy 18.
IMDb Bizzle.
Nice. So it was originally rated X, but not for sex.
Right.
A Dracula on drugs.
Oh my God! And only the blood of drug addicts can satisfy. Fuck. Only the blood of drug addicts can satisfy the thirst of the blood freak monster.
Fuck, that's...
Damn.
I gotta say that
He
again.
needs to drink drug
Only-
addict blood.
Only the blood of drug addicts can satisfy the thirst of the blood freak monster! Exclamation point.
Damn. This guy's a freak.
That's a really good tagline,
blood
dude.
freak. He needs it. Damn. Well, on a turkey farm too.
On a turkey farm. So turkey farm blood freak monster needs the blood of drug addicts.
I wonder what, they were saying that he showed up and was given test drugs or something. What were they trying to accomplish? It's obviously not safe for humans.
Turkey farm agrees to act as a guinea pig for some chemicals that need testing. I don't know. It
I'm
could
pumping
just,
these turkeys full of chemicals. You want to try it?
maybe it's like
Yeah, sure.
blood freak. Blood freak. Maybe it's just like some vitamins. It just gives him a little bit too much B12 and he
Right.
turns into a
That's
freak.
it. One B12 too many.
So,
Seeing
cool.
everything that we saw, would you want to give it a pre-watch rating?
And what are our options?
Well, we have, do you want to love it? Do you want to hate it? Or is it cheesy?
Is it cheesy? I gotta go with is it cheesy?
Why?
Because why?
Based on everything we said so
Based
far?
on everything we've said so far. Yeah.
Shit.
I think fairly certain it'll at least be some Ed Wood quality special effects.
Oh, I'm excited for
And-
that. I love practical effects.
Yeah. So I think we're in for some
I
good.
really hope.
We're in for some good Gouda here.
Some good
feta.
laughs. Yeah.
Some funny
Alright.
feta. It's gonna be cheesy. What do you think?
I'm gonna have to just copy that.
Copy that.
Copy that rating.
Ditto, Chief.
Cheesy to the max.
All right. So out of 5 stars,
Feta Parma matzo burger. Cheese.
mozzarella, Mexican, Swiss, provolone,
All of them?
all cheese.
All the cheese. Okay.
Okay, so out of 5 stars, knowing full well that neither of us have seen this film.
And we haven't watched the trailer yet.
Yes, we haven't watched the trailer, so completely blind faith. What out of 5
So
stars?
think about this though. Do we?
No, the rating doesn't matter.
Well, I know
As
that,
we've
but,
established.
would you want to rate it based on the cheese factor also? Because think about it. If you rate it on
Enjoyment.
strictly
So this is
enjoyment.
all right. So
It's
tangent.
not Hollywood
Tangent.
technical rating.
Yeah, tangent alert, folks. So the way I rate things is based on my enjoyment value. So the movie, the film, starring Tommy Wiseau, directed by Tommy Wiseau, I would rate that 5-star film because it is one of the most entertaining things I've ever watched. Now, if you rate it based on technical proficiency, screenwriting skill, acting ability, it's like 0 out of 5. But it all coalesces. Yeah. It coalesces into something greater than the sum of its parts, and it's a 5-star film for me. So that's my rating scale.
Okay.
What do you rate things based on? Technical perfection, cinematography.
No, it's kind of both. I would say both. Like, if I genuinely didn't like something, I would still rate it based off the technicalities, and then if it wasn't really, I guess I kind of try to even it out,
Okay.
like a curve. I rate on the curve because if it's terribly done production-wise, then I might boost it more based on if I liked it or not.
Yeah.
You know? I try to be fair. So.
Yeah. I guess also that applies to me to a certain extent. So for a good example for me is the film Prometheus. Like
You love that movie, right?
So I can definitely give it high marks for cinematography. Like it's a very beautiful, pretty film. But the writing can completely counteract all of its good points. And
the, what would you call it? Canacity? Canacity.
canonicity
Canonicity.
or whatever. And also
that's the biggest problem you have, I think, right?
Yeah. So it's writing, it's just poorly written and it's bad. It's like illogical, things don't work, characters do things that don't make sense. And like you said, it ruins the canon of the Alien franchise. So yeah, those would be all things that drag it down, despite it having technically proficient directing and special effects and stuff. So, yeah. Now that we've
Tangent.
diverted,
You
gone
said
off
it
the
was
rails.
tangent, so it's okay.
Yeah. So off tangent, back to the thing.
Yeah.
So out of 5 stars
5 stars.
for Blood Freak, not Prometheus. We're not reviewing Prometheus.
I'd say 2. I want to give it a 3, but I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3. Why not?
I'll give it a 3 also.
Yeah.
I'm completely not sure of
I
how.
was gonna say 2 point something, but then I was like, nah, I think I like it because
Yeah, I was
really cheesy.
Yeah, I was waving there too because it could. My fear is that it'll be boring. That would be the worst. My hope is that it's cheesy as fuck.
Yeah. No, me too.
Yeah.
I hope the cheese continues.
I hope it's overflowing with nacho cheese. All right. So out of 100, what?
Blood drops.
Sure.
Drug addict blood drops.
Yeah. Drug addict blood
Drug addict blood.
drops.
Out of 100, probably without watching the trailer.
And knowing that we don't know if 0 is good or 100 is good.
Yeah.
It could be either way.
62?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Slightly better than, because I hope it's good,
Yeah, me too.
even if it's really cheesy. 62?
Yeah, I will
Blood
give
drops?
it a 76 paper mache turkey heads out of 100. Yeah.
Because you don't even know if that's good or not, right?
Yeah.
Okay, true.
All right. Transition us into the next part.
All right. Well, we want to do our newest segment here, which isn't actually new, but it's new to this episode.
What's the next segment?
Which is going to be Reignite or Hate.
Reignite or hate. Or love or cheese.
Cheese.
So, we're going to watch the trailer now, folks.
Yep. You're
Pipe
gonna hear
down.
it in the background. So pipe down, everybody. Peanut Gallery, sit down. We're watching.
We're going to watch the trailer and probably react to it a little bit. Blood freak.
Blood freak.
Bubbling chemicals. Dripping blood.
Cool blood dripping effects from the titles.
Starring Steve Hawks.
A lot of bubbles.
And you're gonna keep these flat.
Oh, wow.
Got it? Hey, I got a scratcher here.
Oh.
Better hear what they're saying.
Now you listen to me. If you don't keep me supplied, I'm gonna break every bone in your miserable body.
See, Blood Freak, horrifying addicted monster whose thirst for an addict's blood will lead you to a horror beyond belief. Blood Freak,
Wow.
to survive, addicts must die.
Narrator with a thick accent.
Yeah, that was cool.
Echoey.
What?
Woo! Paper mache turkey head.
Yeah. We just saw a paper mache turkey monster. So it's a man. Oh my!
Oh, I just slit his throat.
What the?
It's a man with a paper mache turkey mask.
Yeah, walking up to these people.
Oh, he just put his hand over her mouth and cut her neck too.
So this is what he does. He hangs people upside down like the Predator and cuts their neck.
Yeah.
And it's like.
Oh, and he
cupping
grabs
his
the
hand.
blood.
He's just drinking the blood.
Oh yeah, as the blood comes out from their neck that he slices open, he drinks it in his paper mache mask. It looks like people don't put up much of a fight.
No, he's too powerful, man.
Yeah. It's too
He's just
shocking.
strangling this guy with one hand.
This poor man.
This guy just tried like overly tried to hit somebody.
He's choking the blood freak, dude. The camera has like tracking issues.
Yeah, you can't really tell what's going on. The acting's really bad. The turkey man just pulled something out of his head and stabbed the guy. Now,
Oh, is he
it's probably a
stabbing him in the
feather.
head? The
Yeah.
camera angle is very poor.
See, Blood Freak, horrifying revenge for the woman he loves.
So the blood freak is just looking at this guy.
Blood freak's getting
killing
revenge
this girl,
on
now
this
he's,
man.
Yep, getting revenge.
He's putting him on a table.
I think he's gonna use,
Oh, he's
like
gonna
a
use a
sawmill.
saw,
Yeah,
circular
he's
saw.
gonna
Do it, dude.
Do it, blood freak.
Get him, blood freak.
Is he a superhero?
I guess now he is. He's killing a guy that deserves it.
He's gonna saw his leg off.
Oh,
Probably figures-
nice. Oh, please don't chop my leg off. Oh! I feel like this trailer is just all the best parts.
Right?
Oh, that you see that cut?
Oh my god!
You see that
I
jump
did.
cut?
Oh, the editing is so bad.
Ah! That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Pretty good practical effects of a cut off leg.
Yeah. Honestly, that is good because I don't know where his real leg is.
Yeah.
It's down there under the table.
Must be under the
So
table.
this guy just got his leg chopped off or sawed off. He's just screaming as you heard. And
Yeah.
Blood Freak's just walking around
and,
the table.
oh, I
and-
think that's the trailer. Blood
Wow.
freak.
that was 3 minutes. Honestly, I think this might go really
That
fast.
trailer went by really
Might be good.
fast. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, folks.
All right,
So,
folks.
that
Oh,
was
boy.
something else.
So,
Probably the most interesting one we've seen yet.
yeah,
I would
it's a
say.
pretty interesting trailer.
I couldn't believe the level of cheese that I saw.
Did the trailer change your expectations in any way?
A little bit. Yeah. I'm going to raise my score to 70 now.
Yeah,
I'm 62.
I think I'll raise it.
3 is going to stay.
I'll
3
raise
out
it
of 5.
to 77.
77 and 70. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And with that out of the way,
I want to see if they have like a scene where the guy turns into it, or if all of a sudden they just jump cut and he has the head on.
I hope for the former, but I assume the latter.
Probably.
Yeah.
I want to hear like stock turkey noises. Turkey dogs. Yeah.
He's making it. You can hear it muffled from behind the mask.
Man, to work on that film though, honestly, I would be honored because that was insanely cheesy.
That was so cheesy,
It
dude.
was really bad.
That was like a nacho cheese swimming pool.
Think about it. That was in theaters, most likely.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can't say most likely.
Could have been projected onto the side of a barn or something.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
2 people watching. Just cows watching.
Yeah.
Not even real people.
That's the most grindhouse, pulpy pulp, low budget.
It was actually really bad.
Yeah.
But,
I'm excited.
yeah, me too.
All right, so what's our... we're going to, like, repeat some kind of mantra that we say in unison, themed around...
Probably Blood Freak.
Mm-hmm.
So that
You might have
as
said
the music
earlier,
fades
too.
in,
Yeah.
we keep saying it. So what do you want?
You ready for that?
Yeah, you want to do that? What, just
In
Blood Freak?
3,
2, 1.
Blood Freak. Blood Freak. Blood Freak. Blood Freak. Blood Freak. Blood Freak. Blood Freak.
Freak!
Blood Freak.
I'm a turkey man.
And we're back.
Back.
We watched
Blood Freak.
on YouTube on Brandon's television.
And on YouTube, did you just say that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was probably like 128p.
Yeah.
The quality was really bad.
Some 1972 quality resolution there.
Yeah.
And now it's time to give our post-watch analysis with our next segment called...
The Breakdown.
Yeah.
But before we do, spoiler warning for the rest of this. All right?
So if you want them, keep listening.
Yeah. So in this segment, we're going to go through our notes in chronological order, trying to make sense of what we just witnessed.
Yup.
We shall also attempt to wait until
Which
the
I don't
end.
even know what we witnessed, but we'll talk about it.
More like experienced.
Yeah, it's definitely experience.
We'll attempt to wait till the end of the segment before we reveal our final judgments. So, Brandon, let's begin the breakdown.
Let's go.
How does
Blood Freak.
begin?
It begins with like a party type scene. Everybody's sitting around a table, and
We'll start at the opening credits.
the opening credits.
So, a very 70s man.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of montage type things with a guy on a motorcycle, 70s style, aviator glasses, just cruising down the
Yes.
highway. 70s music, rock and roll.
Well,
jazz
actually,
music.
I think before even the credits begin, yeah, so here I have in my notes, a very 70s looking man with a cigarette is just looking at the screen and talking directly to the audience, narrating to them, clearly reading off of a script. And this man is our narrator. So he talks
the
to
narrator
us.
just is, I don't even know.
Yeah, the narrator isn't just a voice, it's a man who's directly talking to you.
He reminds me of Burt Reynolds, kind of.
He's super 70s.
looks like
He's got
a-
a
yeah.
porn stash. He's got like a silky 70s pattern shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, you're right. Opening credits begin. He's on a goofy long boy chopper with his silly round blue helmet.
And then he stops randomly. This girl, he's following. He's not following her. He's just driving down the road, driving along.
Yeah.
Cut to this girl that pulls off the side of the road. They make eye contact. He just pulls up to her.
Yeah, he's like, you don't hear anything. They don't talk. It's
no
just,
talking.
I guess she has engine trouble. Her car's on the side of the highway. I don't know. And this, I assume, this is the first time they meet.
Well, I would assume so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess he's meeting this chick for the first time on the side of the highway. And then at 3 minutes, 14 seconds, Brandon said, "This looks like a home movie, dude."
It was seriously. I knew it was going to be cheesy or just the quality's not going to be great, but I could not believe what I was witnessing.
It's shaky cam. The lady spikes the camera. It just looks right at the screen.
Yeah.
And it even shows like their entire driving B-roll, even them at like a toll booth. So like is recording all of that.
Yeah, and sometimes the B-roll in the beginning also is not needed.
Oh, it's all
just,
not needed. Yeah.
It's all B-roll.
So I have it 4 minutes 11 seconds. Entire car ride. They go to a thrilling toll booth, and then at 4 minutes 30 seconds, they're in a 70s house filled with 70s people snorting cocaine.
Snorting cocaine. Yeah, they have this little. I thought they were drinking a little bit too, and then they were passing around this little canister, which they just put up to their nose and smell it.
Yeah.
There's a part right after that where there's a lady that says "far out."
Yeah.
It's like far out.
My friends are pretty far out.
It's definitely on brand with the 70s.
And lady says, "My friends do drugs worse than pot." And the lead character, whose name is Herschel, who looks like a 1970s ass Wolverine with huge ass mutton chops and a white T-shirt, and well, right now he's wearing like a 70s blue suede. Looks kind of like Elvis.
He reminds me of like a Chips officer.
Yeah,
like if
exactly.
he had the whole outfit, he could just be a Chips officer.
If there's a video game that takes place in the 1970s, he looks like an NPC.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's trying to get him to smoke the devil's lettuce. Telling him about how we do more bad drugs than this.
But he's our protagonist, and he's a pure boy, and he says, "I've never tried anything harder than
good.
pot."
He's got to be a good boy.
Yeah. And the audio is really bad.
We noticed the audio at this point. It's gonna be a tough one. A lot of background
hissing, loud room tone.
Yeah.
Jump cuts in audio.
Jump cuts audio, jump cuts video. It's a mess.
Yeah, and then
the editor did a butcher job.
The editor Gil Ward.
Yeah, Gil Ward,
who also is the composer.
Buddy, if you're still alive, this movie sucks.
Hey, buddy.
Just
let you know
it's good, but.
And then like you can't even make out what people are
Please.
saying either.
No. Yeah, you really have to focus on what they're saying. There's no captions or anything, so.
You have to focus.
You had to turn it up.
Watch it on
loud.
YouTube.
Yeah.
So I have a 6:30. What do you get with your next?
Just the fact that it's basically the other girl's trying to seduce Herschel now.
Yes, I think the first girl, wasn't she the religious one?
That was, yes. Yeah, the first one was. The second one came on to him with drugs. And then he's like, well, you have a boyfriend, don't you? And she's like, well, it is okay.
Well, he doesn't care if I
think he'd be fine with us having sex.
And then he's like, well, that kind of girl's a tramp, so that's not
So if you're doing that
right.
and that's what a tramp does, you're a tramp too.
And then she feels sad and she goes talk to some other guy. She's like, he said I'm kind of like a tramp. He goes to her drug dealer and she's like, well, you kind of are a tramp.
I was going to give her sympathy. Here, here's some more drugs, calm me down. Okay?
And she's like, okay. Yeah.
Does that really happen?
Yeah. And she tells Herschel, who's our main character, you're so big. I like muscles. You must be very strong. She comes on to him pretty hard, but he turns her down. And then, when he calls her a tramp, she's like, well, thanks a lot. You're nothing but a dumb bastard.
It's so much harsher than what he said.
Yeah.
Dumb bastard, idiot, pussy. He didn't say all that, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah. You could feel
I
it.
said right around this time.
Yeah. 8 minutes.
Has the movie started yet?
Yeah.
It really felt like they're just like, not auditioning, just practicing with each other and...
Just like filming
bloopers
B-roll. If there's anything in here that's good, we'll throw it in. So we'll just throw everything in.
It doesn't seem like it's an actual movie at this point. They're just filming people talking.
Yeah. And then this other guy who's not Herschel, he's just some other random dude who's a friend of theirs at the party. He's like, he says he's got cool mutton chops, and he's like, anything she can dig, I can dig. And you can just tell this movie is super 70s.
Oh yeah, everybody wants to be a hot shot.
And then the first chick that he met, who's on the side of the road, she's talking about religious stuff, and she like actually reads some passages from the Bible. And I'm just thinking, get me out of here, dude. What's going on?
Well, that's it. I mean, you just said what's going on.
Yeah. And then she botches her line as she's doing her readings.
She does, yeah.
Brandon
Acting,
said,
what?
"Are we rolling?
Is
this it? Did we start?"
It was so bad because I don't know, some of the acting, they get their lines just fine, but you can definitely tell they're just reading the lines.
Yeah. And speaking of just reading the lines, I bet 13 minutes, 70s narrator man is talking to the camera again.
Mm-hmm.
Most people go through life oblivious to things that affect their destiny. Take, for example, these two girls. One, conservative, religious, traditional American values, Republican. She's what you should be. Anybody who does drugs is the devil's lettuce. Listen to devil rock and roll music. That's what I feel like when he's talking anyway. And
just picture it's a man sitting in front of a wood panel backdrop with kind of like a silk 70s cool dress shirt.
He's the same guy from the very beginning.
Porn star mustache, like a thin mustache, and just...
Cigarette between his fingers?
It was a cigar. Oh, it was a cigarette, you're right.
Yeah.
Did he have a cigar in the earlier ones?
He could have. I
think he did, and then he switched to a cigar halfway through.
Kind of hypocritical. Talking about drugs are bad, but he's smoking. Anyway.
Yeah. I said he kind of looks like Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, he's still talking to us, preaching to us. He's like, Herschel's a big, strong, attractive man, blah, blah, blah. It's like, how much is left?
Yeah, we're not even at 15 minutes yet.
Yeah.
But, the things he was saying, too, though, I don't know if they forced it or if it just happened, but it was a lot of foreshadowing that the narrator did. He was just saying how the decisions that Herschel is about to make and everything can just, change the fabric of time. He didn't say that.
Your actions have consequences.
Basically setting it up.
He's like doing a lot of moralizing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like grim fairy tales level of not beating you over the head. Yeah.
Right.
So I have the next thing that happens in mine is some bald dude. He just randomly walks up and offers Herschel a job. Yeah. He's like...
It was pretty random.
I could use a husky
man. You just came into town, didn't you?
Yeah. Hey, you're a new fella, eh? You're a husky boy. I could use some husky boy like you at my turkey ranch. It's like, okay.
Wow, you have a turkey ranch? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so...
So he's kind of turned on by it?
Yeah. So he says, yeah.
Turkeys,
duh.
okay. Yeah, duh, bring it.
Yeah, when do I start?
I think around that time, I was saying to myself that it seems like a Tales from the Crypt episode.
Yeah.
Because it
the
didn't
narrator
feel like a movie.
Talking.
Yeah, as a narrator, it just like guides you through.
There's no structure to this plot.
No, not at all.
No like ticking time bomb to keep the plot moving forward. It's just kind of stuff happens.
It was shortly after that when so he agrees, and then the girl that was trying to offer him drugs and everything has a shot of her again trying to schmooze him into liking her.
Yeah, this is the bikini by a pool scene. So it looks like a pool in somebody's backyard, and he's really looking like Wolverine here, like with just a white t-shirt on and mutton chops. And she has a marijuana cigarette hidden in a can of Band-Aids.
She made a really big deal to pull them out, too. Or pull it out.
1 Band-Aid, 2 Band-Aids. Oops,
3
what's
Band-Aid.
this?
Uh-oh, wow, this isn't a Band-Aid. Better smoke it.
And at first he refuses because he's a good Christian man.
Yeah, she, I don't know if she lights it or tries to get him to light it, but yeah, she's trying to push that on him as the jazz cigarette.
Yeah, getting his jazz cigarettes.
And then he's just really not digging it, and she goes, how could such a big chunk of man be such a coward?
Yes.
I think that hurt him.
It hurt him bad because he's
smoking
he's
right
like,
after.
Oh, fine, I'll do it.
I'm going to do this.
How can a big chunk of man like me be such a coward?
You're right.
And then he starts chiefing Holmes.
Well, she doesn't, he doesn't just start chiefing.
She coaches him on.
Yeah, I mean, he tries to go, and she's like, all right, deep breaths, deep.
No, hold it in, deep breaths, deep, hold it in. And then he starts to get the giggles.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, hee.
Yeah, I said at 9 minutes, 14 seconds, they're getting blazed poolside.
Yeah, dude.
Because they were really starting to laugh.
And then I have here, bad cut, no L cut. Audio just abruptly cuts off. Just chop that roll of film.
And I have you around that time saying, end quote, almost 20 minutes so far and no blood freaking.
Still no blood freaking. 20 minutes in. So the girl says, why can't you be more like... Or no. The dude says, Herschel's like, why can't you be more like your sister? You're so different. You're hot.
And she's like, well, I'll teach you that spending time with me, you won't even think of her anymore, and I am different, actually.
She just talks about Bible shit, but I smoke pot and I'm hot.
Yeah, duh.
And so he agrees. Because they go to the bathroom. Not the bathroom, they go to the bedroom. And they shag.
They probably go to the bathroom separately, and then they go to the bedroom.
Yeah.
She's like, takes a giant shit, and
on
he
his
pukes
chest.
a little bit.
So they shag. They be shagging now.
They be shagging, but really they're just kissing on screen for like 5
Because this is X-rated.
minutes.
X-rated, but not for sex, so no nudity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a really terrible shot when they're kissing, because it was just a shot of the back of her head, and you couldn't really see anything.
Yes, so cinematography,
It's not like they needed
Brandon.
to, but they didn't have to do it that way.
What's wrong with the cinematography in this movie?
The angles,
Yes.
primarily.
So, like, a lot of angles... Well, first of all, they don't do
It's
a
not
lot of cuts,
interesting.
so it's
Yeah.
mostly from, like, one angle. And oftentimes, like, one character's back will be to the camera, obscuring other parts of the shot. Yeah.
And later you'll hear us talk a lot about it, but there was a lot of dark scenes.
Yes.
Couldn't even see anything. The
They did
cameras
not-
back then were not good enough to handle that.
They didn't have good film or good cameras or settings or anything.
The narrator comes back on screen though right after that.
And I'm thinking, oh my god, this
Here we
fucking
go
guy.
again. He's talking about temptation and just still rolling with what he was preaching with before.
Yeah, he's just preaching straight to the audience.
Right.
And Brandon's now saying, this is the trippiest movie I've ever seen, and I've seen Naked Lunch.
It's just weird. Like, it doesn't set it up well at all.
It's just stuff
Like,
happening.
we're just watching it, right? We're just watching everything unfold.
And there's like groovy, trippy 70s music all throughout. And then I have next 23 minutes. Still no blood freak.
Yeah.
23 freaking minutes, no blood freak. But Herschel's on his motorcycle again.
Yeah, another montage.
Yeah, another montage of B-roll as he drives to the turkey farm in his corny blue helmet.
And his chips glasses.
Yeah, but he does have groovy Chips Elvis sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And turkeys gobble at him.
A lot. Yeah, he pulls up to the turkey farm, finds it, parks right in front of the front gate, and just walks in, leaves his motorcycle there.
Yeah.
Like there's not a road right there.
Yeah. He
Blocking
just on the
traffic.
dirt, just drive right
Really
there.
bad first
Buy some
impressions on the
fence.
first day.
Yeah. But to be fair, they just hired him at a party where everybody's smoking.
Exactly. Doing
chiefing.
coke, and
Yeah, doing coke.
they realized where he was coming from.
Yeah, he's, hey, you look like a husky boy. So this husky boy, he's petting some turkeys that he sees.
Yeah.
And he hears some like human beings saying like cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah. You don't see any of it, but you just see a lot of him around turkeys and
Like
a
petting
lot of
them.
B-roll turkey shots. And like he said,
Yeah.
like Alex said,
Blah,
yeah, turkey calling, but you never see them. And I said that it must have been a bunch of B-roll shots because...
oh yeah, for sure.
For that very reason. You can't see anybody calling the turkeys, and it was weird. It was out of place.
And also a weird thing is all the turkey. When you think of turkeys, you think of like multicolored brown, orange.
Yeah,
and-
brown, red.
I've never seen pure white turkeys. That's what
Yeah.
these are, though.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, that is a thing. 'Cause
I mean, I'm
know
sure they exist, but
with like farms or whatever.
yeah.
Butcher farms.
Butcher. Spoiler. When he has his turkey head, though, it's not pure white. It's just like a regular
True.
colored turkey.
It's not even a turkey. It's like a pigeon or something
Yeah.
weird. Doesn't even. Okay. Anyways. Yeah.
So yeah. Brandon asked at 25 minutes if they left in all the B-roll.
It seemed like they did.
Yeah.
He shows up though at the turkey farm inside now, and he's talking to
Some awfully acted scientists.
scientists,
Yeah.
or lab techs, whatever they are, and basically they said we need a human to eat the meat to see if there's side effects because they're studying these chemicals.
Yeah, so they're giving
To go
turkeys
into the
chemicals,
turkeys,
and
yeah.
then they ask Herschel if he wants to eat the meat.
Do you want to eat the meat with the chemicals in it?
You mean the meat of the turkeys who ate the chemicals? And they're like, yes.
Yeah. This whole scene right here though was like amateur college movie. 'cause
Man,
the acting was
there is
really
some
bad.
acting going on here, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right after that though, Well, actually, what do you have? After
I have
looking at what
27 minutes.
Same.
We watch minutes straight of B-roll
Oh, yeah.
of Herschel wrangling turkeys.
Yep.
It fades back at one point, and then it fades back into the same shot at the same
Yeah, that
angle.
was fun. It looked like he was going to walk away, and then just faded him into the same shot.
Yeah, it faded to black, then fades back into the same shot.
And the background noise
Some editing.
is this loop track of turkey sounds. And
Yes.
it's literally over and over and over.
Yeah, it's the same turkey sound effect library. It's repeated.
Because when they say editor, that's not what I think. Editing.
editing. And then
But
Herschel.
it's the 70s, you know, they're still learning, I don't know.
I
They don't
mean,
have
they
the
had to
skills.
manually edit. They didn't have non-linear
Right.
digital editors, to be fair, I guess.
To be fair.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
So as happens throughout this film, we just cut back to the sister's house. And I don't know what the girls are called, like his girlfriend and her sister. I don't know what their names are.
I don't know that they even said. I really don't think they said their name once.
Yeah, I don't
The only
think they did.
person of note is Herschel.
I think
That's the
even on
only name I've
IMDb, like that's the only credited name.
Maybe
is,
it's like girl one, girl
Herschel.
two, or yeah.
Yeah. So Herschel's back at the sister's home, and now he's in some sort of pain. So I guess he ate the meat. They didn't show that, but he did.
Right.
I thought he wasn't supposed to eat it until the morning, but whatever. Now he's sick and he's in pain, and the girl that he boned, his girlfriend now, I'll call her, gives him some weed to calm his ass down.
Right.
And at 30 minutes in, Brandon says, "Pot free!"
Yeah, because he's freaking hooked all of a sudden.
It calms him down.
It does calm him down a lot. I kind of thought maybe it was lace or something, but the way they were talking didn't seem like it was. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It was in the 70s, so maybe it was Reefer Madness style acting. They didn't realize.
As we come
They're
to
not
find
really
out
using
later.
pot and have no idea what it really acts like. So they're like,
Yeah.
act like how it would be if you were hooked on pot. Huh?
Pot, this is how I think it would go.
So, give me this now. Give me the pot. I
I'm a
need it.
fiend for marijuana.
He finds the drug dealer, though, that supplied the pot
Yeah.
to the party, and he literally told him that he's going to break every bone in his body unless
Yeah.
he gives him a supply of drugs.
He assaults this
He is
this
hooked.
man, this drug
This
dealer,
man is tripping.
and he's just like, "Give me more drug supply. Give me a constant supply of drugs, or I'll break every bone in your body."
Yeah.
Oh.
Right after that, though, he gets some nice snack of turkey.
So the scientist presents Herschel with an entire Thanksgiving Day turkey to
A
eat.
giant tin container.
Yeah, like in the aluminum tin.
Like if you just brought it out of the oven.
Think of what
Thanksgiving
your
Day.
entire family would be eating.
Yeah.
He eats it all at once.
Eats the whole thing. And then we get to hear the turkey noises again, the loop turkey
Yep,
noises.
it's just looping. Brandon's going crazy
over
over
and
here.
over and just
oh my
wouldn't
god!
stop.
While groovy 70s doo-wop rockabilly music plays, like
Yep.
ding, 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 ding,
And actually
ding.
cuts to more B-roll of the turkeys
Yep.
as
yep.
he's eating.
It's constant sounds of turkey gobbling, him eating, 70s music,
Stupid
B-roll of
montage.
turkey.
Yeah, it's...
And then
Yeah.
I have at 35 minutes, Herschel passes out in the woods and
Yeah.
starts seizing
yeah.
amidst the loudest room tone I've ever heard in a film.
I had that 35 minutes, 40 seconds. That's what you said.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just
Yeah, there's no post-processing with the audio at all.
just
Ah,
yeah.
yeah, man.
Come on.
So the turkey farm owner is talking to the scientists around that time too. One of the scientists comes to his aid, comes back into the room, I guess, leaves him there.
Yeah, scientist finds him seizing.
Yeah, the owner's like, basically, what did you do with him? Why did you dump him? And they were just kind of didn't realize they did a bad thing.
Yeah, it's like,
It's all reading lines here.
very good acting.
Oh, yeah,
Or just
the best.
very acting.
Very acting, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A scientist walks around the farm making random scribbles in his manila folder. and
It
then
had to have
sees
been
him.
hours also during this time because it cuts back to him, to Herschel, seizing again, and it was dark
Yeah.
when it was like perfectly daylight. So he's just out there for hours.
And one of the scientists says, the lead scientist is like, "You dumb bastard, how could you let something like this happen?" So the girlfriend is worried because Herschel's not home yet. Then we cut
Right.
back. Yeah. We're back to the scientists again. And man, these scientists are reading lines.
That's what they do best.
Yeah. Then I got 38 minutes. What do you got?
39:40.
Okay. So, yeah, okay, yeah. So it's nighttime at 38 minutes. They just left Herschel seizing in the woods. And the rest of the shots I noted are way too dark.
Oh, yeah.
This is where it gets way too dark.
Yeah. They made a mistake here.
They did. They should have did day for night, but they didn't. They did night for night. And then I got 3940. What do you got? Do it. Go.
Same thing. Well, yeah, 3940. So basically, the Turkey Man makes his first. I call him Turkey Man through this whole thing.
Yeah.
Appears for the first time. He's basically scurrying around in the room. Makes one of the girls faint.
This is one of the weirdest things in the movie. So
we can't tell what's happening.
Yeah. So
it's too dark.
Herschel now has a paper mache turkey mask. Like we were saying off air. This isn't a slow transition
No,
of body
it's
horror.
instant. Not unlike Michael Jackson Thriller
Or
video where like slowly or what's the werewolf
like a werewolf
movie?
because
Michael J.
American
Fox.
Werewolf in London or the Fly.
It's literally, you ready, folks? And he's a turkey.
He's a turkey next scene.
Well, he's a turkey head.
Well, he's a
That's
man
all
wearing a
he's
paper mache turkey head. Yeah. So Herschel is now turkey head.
Yep.
And so he doesn't assault the girlfriend like you think might happen. She screams.
This is this weird like Notre Dame type deal. He's a freak now. He's a blood freak.
Yeah,
but he's still
it's
a
like
man
a Greek
inside.
tragedy.
Yeah.
So his girlfriend, it's so super dark, but we cut to a shot of the turkey head, and she's like, ah! But then she calms down immediately, and she starts reading a note that apparently Herschel wrote for her.
In the dark.
In the dark, yeah. Oh, you can't see any of this. But.
Basically, he's professing his love to her.
Yeah.
Well, no, sorry. He let her know what was happening. She is professing her love to him.
Yeah.
And asking him basically, will this effects ever wear off? You're ugly. What if we have kids? What would the kids think of you?
Oh, she goes on this whole rant.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just talking to him. She's not even... She's more thinking about, like, the social awkwardness of the situation than she is, like, my boyfriend woke up with a turkey head. So he doesn't
He's a gold digger, but for his his physical attributes.
Well, no, she's like the opposite of a gold digger. She's like, I love you. I'm going to be with you.
Well, that's what I meant.
But it's going to be so weird.
Like, maybe you could work at a circus, be a freak.
Maybe we could make a giant paper mache Herschel head with mutton chops. Put over your turkey.
Put over his paper mache turkey helmet.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, so that's basically what it is. There's definitely editing in this point, in this part where she's confessing everything to him. It's not good.
Lots of editing.
I at 43 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yes, me too. What do you have?
I wrote, "Oh no, is the turkey man fucking her?" I said, "LOL, did he rape her?" She is now calling her friend saying, "Please help me." I didn't know what happened.
So what I have is cut to black, but the audio still goes. So we're black screen, but audio. Presumably they make love.
Yeah, well, I don't. Yeah.
And turkey gobble sound effects. So she's like, "Oh, whoa!
Yeah.
I don't know if this is good or bad. Whoa,
woo-wee." Very shortly after, you looked at me and said, "This is a movie, dude."
Yeah. And then at 44 minutes, 25 seconds, I have this fucking guy again.
Oh, well, yeah, the fucking guy, which is the narrator, but right before that, it's just literally a shot of Turkey Man standing in the shadows. He's just standing there.
Oh, yeah,
And it just snap cuts right to the director again.
It does it quite a bit where it just cuts to Herschel, Turkey Man, and he's just, like, creeping around.
Narrator does say, remember to be careful what you pray for.
Yeah.
During that
Talking about God and shit.
Yeah.
And just barely comprehensible sentences strung loosely together.
The girl now is trying to tell the other people that, like friends during that party, that Herschel's kind of like from the Twilight Zone now. Like she doesn't really explain what he is, but she's just poorly explaining there's a problem with him. And
yeah, so her friends, like the dude with mutton chops from earlier, her and her friends are just hanging out in the house again. And nonchalantly, like it ain't no thing, Herschel, turkey head, walks out of the room. And it's like, well, my boyfriend's head is a turkey. But before you can get like the reaction, it just cuts.
Cuts, yeah. Editing.
It just edits back to him in the woods, creeping around.
They were skeptical though.
Like, yeah, right, Twilight Zone.
Yeah, silly. But yeah, the cut. It's just him again, Turkey Man walking in an open field. I saw some palmetto trees on the ground, which the narrator references the Florida Turnpike, so obviously it takes part in Florida somewhere.
Yes, this is probably Florida man stuff going on.
Yeah. It would then cut into a scene with a guy and a girl in a car, and they're shooting up something.
No, there's one before that.
There is one before that?
Yeah, so I have 4830. A woman's going to her car, and then Herschel just lifts her up, and she's like kicking her legs, like, like really fastly kicking her legs.
Yeah, like comically.
But she's not screaming. It's just like,
yeah, there's no sound at all.
yeah,
Nothing.
She's just dragging.
It's just a
carrying her
dark
away.
scene. Just hand on her, taken away. It just screams. After that, that's it. Oh no, not even screaming after. Sorry.
Yeah. Then I have it 50 minutes.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I guess the shooting up scene was later. I don't know why I put that in there or how I even knew about it, but must have been something going on during that time. But
Telepathy.
they're acting again, and they're
Yes.
smoking doobies.
It's not only his physical appearance that worries me. It's his head.
His turkey, just giant
His
paper mache
turkey head.
head.
All we can do is find him enough drugs to support his habit. That's what the dude is saying. And then the girl says, I still love him.
Yeah, and then it cuts totally randomly to them seeing him, and they have no reaction at all. They just see Turkey Man, and that's it.
Yeah, so his girlfriend and like their close circle of friends, they don't care that he's a turkey head man.
No.
But, you know, everybody else.
They've acknowledged it, and that's it.
But,
They did say, though, that they need to get a supply of drugs to keep up with his habit. Cause
Yeah,
they were like,
yeah.
I didn't know he liked, druggy blood.
he needs drug blood.
Yeah, drug blood.
He's a blood freak of sorts. And so at 51:30, I have, or 51 minutes. So this is where it starts.
This is where it's murder spree.
Yeah, so I'll give the movie
This is where
one
it's blood
credit
freak,
here, is that when he starts killing, he just starts killing like
Oh, yeah.
snap back to back. In 51 minutes, so he just finds some woman, he puts her hand on her mouth, and I put unconfirmed kill number 1.
Oh, yeah.
And then 51:30, so like 30 seconds later, another one.
Another one.
Another one.
I said at that point, they ran out of ideas because this is basically a montage of a few of Turkey Man's killings.
Yeah, so it's just kind
It's
of
not
like
a few, it's a lot. It's a montage type deal, but it just
Yeah.
seemed...
there's a little formula that goes into play here for the next few.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
yeah. So he strings this one woman up upside down, and then what's he do? He has like an ice pick.
He has an ice pick. She's hanging upside down from a ladder, and he just gashes her throat open.
Yep.
That's it.
But what does she do?
She screams.
How many times?
I just said it 6 times at least. Oh, and then right here, confirmed 12 times.
Yes. We
Alex
started
was
counting
counting.
because it was the same sound effect scream. It's like,
Over.
ah! Ah!
Over and
Ah!
over.
Just screaming.
I don't know how somebody could edit that and be comfortable with that, the way it turned out.
Yeah, just play it back. That's fine.
Yeah, this is good. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Now we're at the part where he's on the next spree, which is the people in the car
Yeah.
doing IV drugs, but we're not sure really what it is.
It's like a VW Beetle, and it's pretty realistic, man. Because like she actually puts like
Yeah, it
some
definitely
rubber
looks like
band
a
on her
car.
arm.
I think
and
it looks like a car.
oh yeah, the car, very realistic.
With the drugs, okay. I see.
Yeah, but her
Yeah.
arm actually, you can tell like they actually cut off circulation because her lower arm starts to get red, and
Mhm.
they have like a needle. And the budget's so low that I wouldn't be surprised
They
if it's
actually
real.
stuck her.
Yeah. It occasionally also, I should mention, cuts back to like his girlfriend and their friends hanging out. And every time it does, it has like inappropriately cheery music. It's like
Yeah, that's kinda out of place, too. After they shoot up, though, well, the man shoots the girl up with stuff. Turkey Man appears, and basically the girl is now immobilized because she's all drugged up. The man takes off.
He freaks out.
Yeah,
runs.
he's out. He blood freaks out. And then, I don't know how he does it, but at this point he gets her blood to come out.
I think he just same way. Hangs her upside down, cuts her neck,
yeah.
and she screams the same scream twice.
Yep. Yeah, and so he's not even drinking her blood, really. He's just putting the blood on the paper mache mask.
Yeah, because they did not think it through.
He's poured it in a cup and like dumped it in the beak or something. Like
yeah.
It's really bad.
He's just rubbing red Kool-Aid on his beak costume. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's darker than red Kool-Aid. Actually, no, it looks like red Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's too thin. It doesn't like leave a stain or anything.
After this kill, which is confirmed, he finds another man, starts choking him to death.
Some old man grabs him by the chin.
Yep. You hear this music sting happen. At this point, we realize it's every single kill.
Yes.
It's this.
Start to notice the same
some
kill
bell
music.
chimes with string instruments.
It's like ding, doo 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 doo. It's something.
Just keeps going over and over. The guy that he was choking, actually, I guess it looked like. Oh no! Another one tries to save the guy he's currently choking to kill. Overhand swings an axe at Turkey Man. It seems like he hit him right in the forehead.
Yeah.
Or
So he
something.
grabbed the old dude by the chin, and then the old dude just kind of dead on the ground, I guess. And then some chunky dude appears out of nowhere and just throttles Herschel.
Yeah, it's just
some hero.
Fucking bullocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, stabs him or not stabs him, but chunks him with an axe right in the forehead. Looks like.
Yeah. Kind of hard to make out, but.
Yeah. Turkey Man takes it right out of his head, and then literally, he starts stabbing him.
Yeah.
With it. There's still the same scream happening.
Yeah.
I just said, man, such imagery. Because it was intense.
And the scream that this chunky dude is doing is clearly ADR'd because at one point you see his mouth.
Oh yeah, it doesn't
match. His mouth is clearly not moving. But it's like yeah. So I have 5830.
You go.
Okay. Drug dealer lies and says he saw Herschel with another girl last night. And so I'm thinking the girlfriend should say like, I know you're
lying.
Did
he have a turkey head?
Because did he have what did his head look like?
It's like a normal person. Hi, you're lying. He has a turkey head.
I can tell you're lying because
he's my boyfriend.
Yeah. I know him a little better than you. I know that he has a turkey head, and so.
There's silent shots around this time of Turkey Man for no reason.
Yeah,
I just put in there.
I have it 1 hour. Shit, dude. Herschel in the woods again.
Yeah.
Because we just, it's another thing we constantly cut back to. Just Herschel in the Florida woods, just lurking,
The guy that was lying, basically the drug dealer that was lying to the girl there.
Yeah.
He seems like, he drugged her up. She was drugged up. At that point, he's just trying to have his way with her on the bed.
Well, I have, so we're cutting between Herschel in the woods and cutting to the girl laying in the bed in the house. So this girl, presumably she did drugs and she's passed out. And so we're cutting to Herschel in the woods, back to girl in the bed. Herschel in the woods, back to girl in the bed. And it's just B-roll for like a few minutes straight. And then the drug dealer subplot. So it's the drug dealer and I guess the drug supplier.
Yeah.
So you want to explain?
Which we didn't realize until the end, or until it was happening.
Yeah.
Who that person was. Well, I mean, so he's just sitting there with. I don't have specific details what they were saying. If you wanted to add that.
So it's basically the drug dealer who we've seen since like near the beginning.
I'm sorry, with the guy. Yeah, they're talking together.
And he's just like, well, I want to continue to deal drugs, but I need you to continue to supply me with drugs so that I can continue to deal drugs. And if you keep supplying me with drugs so that I can deal the drugs, I'll let you have your way with that girl. I don't know why I'm constantly allowed in her house, but I am. So have your way with her, drug supplier.
It's like, okay.
Sounds like a fair shake-up deal for me.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
And so this drug supplier dude, he's just like a skinny white dude. He's kind of balding, I guess.
A normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have at 1:03 hour 3 minutes.
Well, basically, what I was saying before, the guy was. So at this point, he's given the go. He can go try to have his way with the girl.
Yeah.
she starts screaming though.
Because she sees Herschel.
She sees him. Yep. She starts freaking out, and he's just like,
Oh yeah, well he's grabbing her boobs. He's just like, hey, I'm gonna feel these boobs.
Yeah.
Gotta get some salaciousness in
"Give
this
me these
movie.
boobies."
Yeah.
And then Turkey Man just shows up, gets a cut over to him. What's weird is that right after that, I said, I guess the guy killed the girl because he left her seeing Turkey Man with a shocked look on his face. But
Yeah.
he wouldn't have
So
killed her because that was the girl. So
He's like molesting her boobs.
Yeah.
And then she wakes up and screams because it's like, you're not my boyfriend. Ah!
"You're not a turkey."
And then I guess he's choking her. And then as he's choking her, she sees Herschel. And then the dude also sees Herschel. And it's this funny zoom in. And he's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's really fast. Zoom in to the guy. He's really shocked.
So the guy walks away. He makes a thrilling escape where he just slowly walks down the street.
Yeah. Super dark again.
Yeah, super
He's
dark.
like trying to pull up these storage unit.
Yeah, they're like
doors.
storage unit
Seems like
garage
he doesn't really
doors.
know where he's going. He's just trying to find somewhere to hide.
He keeps trying the different garage doors,
Yeah.
like one after the other, and then one works, and he just goes in the garage.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, though, Turkey Man disappears.
Yeah, so the drug
Thought he got away,
supplier,
but nope.
drug supplier's like, I'm safe in
Turkey
this
Man gonna
random
get you."
garage. I'm just gonna stay in here for, I guess, until morning. I don't know what his plan is, but he backs up into Herschel's arms.
Yeah.
It's like dun dun dun.
Yeah. He starts choking the drug dealer out. Herschel does.
Yeah,
Very gently places him on this saw table.
Yeah.
In like this workshop area, wood workshop. I don't know if you want to set this part up because this is ridiculous. This is really good though.
well, you set it up good. He's on this table, the drug supplier guy, and Herschel starts up a circular saw.
Yeah. It's just a static shot of the saw, and then he flips a switch.
You can tell this is the money shot of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
This is where all their budget went.
This is the shot of the film.
Yeah.
Slowly, he's taking the circular blade towards the guy's leg.
Mhm.
The guy's kind of waking up a little bit, probably because of the noise of the saw.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
So wait, what's this buzzing noise?
Oh.
And then he starts to feel it. He starts screaming uncontrollably, but then right at that moment, there is a super noticeable cut of the guy's full leg and then cut half leg.
And we're
right there.
talking editing jump cut. Like,
Yeah.
not from one angle
Not
to
even-
another
yeah.
angle. It's like saw blade approaching leg, cut to leg severed.
Yeah, you think they could have even gotten away with taking
Cutting
a
to
shot
his
of the
face,
face, yep,
and then
the
cutting back
sound and
to the
back
leg
gone.
off.
Exactly, it's so easy.
No.
So easy, folks.
Cutting from leg unsevered to leg severed.
Yeah, just like
Immediate.
that. All on screen, you see it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
He screams the same scream maybe 20 times. We couldn't even keep count.
Yeah, I didn't want to keep count because it was
Just
obnoxious. Yeah.
And he didn't even drink the blood. The blood freak
No.
didn't even drink the blood here.
No, what I wrote is that it seems like it was more of a revenge kill
Yeah.
because he saw what happened, but that's still weird.
Oh, actually thinking about it,
What?
he's just a drug supplier. Did he even do drugs?
I mean, well,
The blood freak only
he
drinks.
didn't seem like he
freaked
was
blood.
on it.
Yeah.
You can assume he did, but yeah.
Yeah.
But the way I figured it was revenge kill because he was trying to, get onto her and everything.
He might
and saw
have
it.
killed the girl. Yeah. Possibly. I don't know.
Well,
He was feeling her
either
boobs.
way,
That's
it's weird. He's a turkey man by chemicals, but then he still can think like a person.
He could think enough to write. He wrote her a note earlier.
He did, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So,
that was probably the best
Anyways.
shot in the movie.
yeah. All right, and then what is really weird right after this, Turkey Man gets approached by, was it one or two guys?
Yeah, so Herschel's back in the woods, and
Yeah.
he's making like chirping turkey noises, and it's like a couple dudes. It looks like just shadowy figures with machetes, and Herschel's like looking up now, begging for forgiveness.
Yeah, he's starting to pray.
He's got like his hands in a praying motion, and this is something that's legit disturbing.
Oh God, yeah. So right at this point, he's praying and everything, and this is really big build-up thing right here, and I don't know what they take, but it's either a machete, a knife, or something.
Yeah.
Takes a full swing to Turkey Man, and all of a sudden, it is this weird cut to a legitimate live action
Yes.
turkey.
Right before you see Herschel's head get cut off in the movie,
Yeah.
it cuts to a real turkey, like a real life turkey.
Like ones we've been seeing earlier that are on the farm in white.
Yeah. And they actually cut its head
They
off.
kill it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
probably rated X, I would say. I mean, we're literally watching a turkey beheading on
Yeah.
film.
PETA would
PETA, yeah,
not
PETA.
approve.
Yeah. They definitely want to make sure nobody ever sees this movie. But it's for real. It's live.
Yeah, you can actually see like it's squirming
turkey
around.
head, yeah.
And then they show it's so then they show just the real life turkey's
The
head
head,
that's
yeah.
cut off, and then what's it cut to?
A shot of Turkey Man's head, and then right then a full cooked turkey next to it, and people eating it.
So yeah, it's like a top-down shot of a dinner table, and the left side there's a real turkey, like a food turkey, and then on the right it's Herschel's head.
Which is really otherworldly,
It's surreal, yeah.
surreal.
And their hands, just off-screen hands, just reaching out
Oh,
and
yeah,
grabbing,
just
eating
fucking
the
animals,
turkey,
barbarians just eating the turkey.
and presumably they're eating his head.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's weird.
So, right after that, there is a shot of Herschel in the field, or in a field.
Seizing on the woods.
Yeah, seizing again. Scientist comes back over to his aid again. They had some dialogue. Realized apparently he's been dreaming.
Because he has no turkey head.
Yeah, he's
It's just
like,
regular
"Hey,
ass Herschel."
my head is normal.
It was all a dream. Reading Word Up magazine.
My head was a turkey, and now it isn't.
And now it isn't. Oh.
So it's a dream.
Yeah, I guess.
He's talking to the scientists. I don't remember how this got brought up, but he just says that he was in Vietnam and he
Yeah.
was burned. Herschel was.
He tells the scientist he's been taking lots of drugs to forget
He
Vietnam.
was in a lot of pain, wanted to forget also. He didn't have enough of his own, and that's why he started getting back on drugs to just cure his ailments.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to him, he didn't realize that the scientists probably should have known that, because all the drugs in the system interacted with the chemicals, apparently,
Yeah.
causing him to have this super lucid dream
Super
of being a turkey killer
hallucination.
man,
Yeah.
and that's it.
So realistically, folks, if you're watching this movie, you could make your own edit, your own cut of this movie,
Oh,
where
right.
it's just from him when he
With all
first
the
starts
killing.
his seizing on the ground, and then cutting past all that to
Yeah.
this part
Yep.
where he wakes up.
It would literally probably perfectly cut, and it would be maybe 20-30 minutes shorter,
Yeah,
and it would be not entertaining at all.
because nothing else that happened between those 2 points matters.
Yeah, all the killings, not real.
So
All the blood drinking, blood freaking.
all the blood freak part of this movie didn't happen.
The scientists then,
They know they did. They know they screwed
they
up.
messed up. Yeah, really
Bec-
bad. The farm owner comes and talks to them. He's basically giving them what for. Probably saying they should have took better precautions, better procedures.
Was it the farm owner?
I thought it was.
I thought it
wasn't
was the lead scientist just telling the other bad acted scientists
That could have been.
to keep their mouths shut about the Herschel incident.
Yeah, so he's telling them to keep their mouth shut. He's basically telling them they will get rewarded for not spilling the beans.
Yeah.
Um,
This is a HIPAA violation, guys. We cannot,
exactly.
health and safety.
The brunette girl, though, that did like Herschel, for some reason,
So I thought this is some secretary named Angel.
it wasn't the same person.
I don't think it was either of the sisters.
Oh.
She calls his girlfriend, which is one of the
Right.
sisters.
Oh, okay, right.
But I don't know who. I don't know if she was in the movie at any
They don't
point.
explain characters in this movie. It's really weird.
So it's just some
You
secretary.
have to assume it's someone important or someone.
Yeah, they just introduce
It's someone.
characters, and then that character has a scene.
Yeah.
So the secretary answers, yeah, because you'd think at the very beginning of the movie, he meets the religious sister, but then she's like barely a character for the rest of it. And
Right.
It's just, whatever. Anyway. So the secretary answers the phone, and I guess the scientist told the secretary about Herschel passing out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the secretary calls his girlfriend, and then I can't tell what they're talking about, but I guess
Oh, well, I got
she
that.
says, oh yeah, tell me.
She just felt really guilty because she was saying,
I love him.
I love him. I shouldn't have gave him all these drugs and everything. It's my fault. It's my fault. I can't believe I did this to him.
Guilt, love.
Guilt, Turkey Man. Oh no. I wrote at this point, literally at this exact moment, I said, this movie has been in, quote, wrap-up mode for a few minutes now.
Yeah.
Because literally, it's like everything should have kind of just concluded a lot
Let me see.
sooner.
So my note for It Was All a Dream is at hour 9 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like another 10 minutes after that, at least.
Oh,
of
yeah.
just wrapping up.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
it is. But yeah, so the girl is really guilty about everything. Okay, so there's a science. Oh well, so they're basically talking more about what, hour and 14 minutes. That's what I have.
Yeah. So she's talking about she loves Herschel and she's sad or whatever. And then I have hour 14. Lead scientist explains that Herschel was hallucinating in response to science drugs because he also had other drugs in his system.
Yeah.
And then the girlfriend's sister, the religious one, talks to Herschel in a car and mentions her religious stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's the narrator at hour 16 minutes. This fucking guy again.
He's talking about drugs, etc.
Just preaching drugs, protests,
Drugs are
pollution.
bad, okay.
Yeah.
I said this really seems like a legitimate war on drugs movie.
Yeah, serious.
He brings up
Drugs
the
are bad.
DEA, FDA, etc.
Did he really?
He did. He was just saying there are agencies that he just talks about what they do
And so you
that control
don't
and
mix
protect our
drugs.
food and drugs and
you gotta listen to the government. Don't question authority.
And during this time though, he fumbles his lines a couple times.
Yeah.
He
He
just-
coughs.
Yeah. Well, the coughing is a little ridiculous, but I just
That
wrote-
might be on purpose.
I think it was because he was kind of hinting at cigarettes.
But
'cause
it's
he was
hard to
smoking
tell
it.
in this movie.
It really is. I thought it was a mess up, which it probably was. Maybe they kept it.
Yeah.
Fast forward too, which is literally only 30 seconds later, we're on a Florida beach.
A beautiful scenic beach.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pier.
It is a
and
pier.
she's in a bikini. And it's just B-roll, her in a bikini
Yeah.
for a while.
It's the love interest that was the Christian one, or
No, it's
no, you're right. It's the drug
assistant.
one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah. The drug one is
Almost mixed
actually
it
a
up.
main character.
true. Okay, yeah. So she's there. She's the one that's standing in the bikini.
Yeah.
It's literally kind of a montage of them looking at each other.
And he's looking
for a
heroic. He's got like birds flying behind him,
Yeah,
wind blowing
it
through
was a
his
really
hair.
weird shot. I don't know how they did that.
Yeah.
They must have just had him stand there.
Well, it's just a
forever.
low shot. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, but to have birds, I mean, I think they were geese.
it's probably just good timing.
Probably. That's it.
Maybe they were turkeys. Dun dun dun.
Oh, shit, they could have been. That would have been funny.
And then
There's
anyway,
a stupid scene right after. Not scene. It's the same scene.
they hug and then they smooch.
Yeah, I said they stupidly run towards, or she runs towards him stupidly, starts hugging him all over.
Oh,
All of a sudden, her
Herschel.
leg is just like around the back of his leg, and
Well, she's like
poking
standing
him.
on his feet.
Yeah, and then it cuts to her bare toes standing on his feet with shoes on,
Yeah.
and they're just kissing.
Yeah.
And
She's holding on to him, hugging and kissing him.
Yeah, that's a good minute, I guess. And then
I'm so glad you don't have a turkey head.
now we can have kids without turkey heads too.
It won't be awkward. I mean, I would have done it either way, but it would have
It's really great now that you're not a turkey head man.
way cooler that you're 70s Wolverine. Yeah.
And
They walk into the sunset,
Yep.
and
It says the
gross,
end.
bloody goosebumps letters say the end.
as it drips down and the credits roll.
Yeah. And then it stops playing, and then YouTube suggestions pop up.
Yep. And that's it. That's the movie.
That's it, folks.
That is the film.
end? Question mark? No, yeah, the end. That was all. It was all just a dream. Yeah.
But I liked it for what it was.
I'm glad I've
Not
seen
like-
it.
yeah, me too. Now that I have that imagery in my head now.
So now that we've seen the movie and broken it down,
Yeah.
that concludes the breakdown section. Now it's time for our final segment entitled Did We Hate It?
Yeah, did we?
In which we pass judgment on this movie, Blood Freak. So, Brandon,
Mm-hmm.
what was the overall moral and or point of the story?
Don't do drugs.
Yeah? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, according to the narrator, it depends who you're asking in the film.
And I guess more specifically, don't mix drugs.
Yeah, definitely don't mix drugs.
Yeah. because then you might hallucinate that
Yeah.
you're
If he makes drugs and
blood
are
freak.
involved in a, experiment, a research project,
yeah.
it might be bad.
Try
or
to
at least
limit-
tell them what drugs you're on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're doing
Maybe they should
experimental
ask,
guinea pig
but-
experiments, divulge all the drugs that are in your
Right.
system. And if you're scientists, just do background checks, I guess.
Yeah, do better.
Do drug, yeah. But yeah,
Did
I
you-
agree.
Did you have a favorite scene?
I would say my favorite scene.
Saw
The first
table?
one that pops to mind is the saw blade,
Yeah.
just because it was a kind of creative kill.
Yeah. With the editing, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say for mine, any part where they fumble the lines was pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty
Because
good.
it's really obvious. and
That's
bad.
funny.
Did you have a worse scene or hated scene?
Every single time the fucking narrator,
The narrator,
popped up,
yeah.
they're all tied because I hate
Yeah.
that guy.
I honestly didn't. I mean, maybe even once or twice, maybe if they had to, but it was just too many times.
Yeah, and
I
it's
know.
just, it breaks up the flow of the story, takes you out of the suspension of disbelief,
Right.
and he's just preaching at you. You should listen to the DEA, the FDA. You should don't
should buy
mix
it.
drugs. Don't. God is great. Obey.
USA.
USA.
All right. So, did you have a new rating? We want to do the post-watch ratings now.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right. So before we both rated it 3 out of 5 stars, I believe.
Yeah.
I'll rate it. You see, I don't want to rate it worse than Old Boy or Donnie Darko.
I don't remember what we had for those. Do you?
So I got to give it at least a 2, I imagine.
Yeah.
I imagine we gave those lower than 2.
Yeah, I can imagine they were good. 1 point something maybe, or negative
Yeah.
points.
So I wanted to say 1.5, 1, but whatever's higher
Too low.
than Donnie Darko and
Like
Old
1
Boy.
point higher than that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, yeah. What about you?
I would say, what I gave it, a 3, probably
Yeah.
2.6 at this point.
Okay.
It lost a few points because
Yeah.
it just wasn't together.
I'll settle on a 2 myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then
Sounds good. And then we had
I
Blood
Yeah.
freak. Yeah,
Blood
you had
freak blood.
blood freak blood.
And what?
turkey heads.
yeah,
Turkey-
paper mache turkey head.
Okay. Well,
Blood freak.
bloods. I think I had 72 to start,
Yes.
and we're gonna go down to 55,
Okay. I had 77.
45,
45. Okay.
45. Hey, that's be below half.
Yeah, I'll say 26.
26. Jeez, it's way below.
Fuck. Is that too low? You've convinced
That's your
me.
rating.
36. I have a 36.
Okay.
There's a dog. Oh my god.
Just grab it, dude. Just
Okay. I just got attacked by a dog.
your mic. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the
folks.
joys of doing a podcast on a farm,
Yeah.
which is my house.
Okay, so Brandon, do you like the characters or actors? Did you? Like?
No,
No?
I didn't dislike or like them, so I'll say no then because
Who's your favorite, least favorite?
least favorite's probably. I don't really have one. I
do.
have to.
I'll say mine.
One of the
then.
scientists, I guess. The favorite was the main actor.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got Herschel's probably my favorite
Yeah.
because he's just a cool dude. He's chill. And then
No. Let me take it
narrator.
back. No, okay, narrator for the
he's
worst.
the least. Yeah.
The worst for me is not the narrator, but rather the owner of the turkey farm
Oh, okay.
because he's terrible acting
Just
and he's reading lines every time.
yeah, he's reading those lines. It can't be called acting.
Would you recast it at all?
Well, who would you recast it with? Obviously, we gotta get
Well, I
out of the
wouldn't
way. Steve
recast it.
Buscemi.
That's what I'm saying. Would you?
Well, yeah.
You would recast it?
Who? The question's who would you recast it with?
The question is, but I don't have to.
You don't have to do anything. Who
I
would be a
wouldn't.
good?
That's my answer.
Who would be a good Herschel? If it was remade
Steve
today.
Fox.
Steve Hawks.
Is that his name?
You're not playing into the spirit of the question.
Bro. No, okay, fine. If you have to have an answer.
Just say Steve Buscemi, get it over with.
No, God. Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone?
Fuck
He would
yeah.
be a good meathead.
He'd be a great meathead.
Yeah. They keep talking about how he's a chunky, strong, husky man.
I mean,
So,
you
yeah,
could easily replace.
I agree with that.
Or, who plays Pliskin?
Oh, Kurt Russell.
He can do it too.
Yeah, he could do it.
Yeah.
And I think to replace the narrator, I'd use Vincent Price. He could sell it better.
Who's Vincent Price?
He's he did like a lot of old movies, like he's the voice in Thriller. The music video for Thriller, he's the narrator.
Oh yeah. Good.
You know that guy?
I'd replace him with the Crypt Keeper.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do.
Horrifying tale.
Say some funny pun about turkeys,
Yeah.
paper mache.
I can't think of any, so I'll let him do that.
Yeah. He looks like a jerky, but he's actually a turkey. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Oh boy.
How would you fix this movie?
I'd make a plot.
I'd have better equipment.
Better equipment. No, not a plot, but like just better pacing. If that makes sense. Like better build up. It was very random at times.
I'd
like,
use an
too
actual
jerky.
like script that follows
Yeah.
screenwriting.
I'd use an actual script.
Screenwriting rules and stuff.
Because the first 20 minutes, it didn't feel like they were acting. It was just filming them on B-roll.
I mean, everything is wrong with this
I'd tighten
movie.
it up. I'd make it
I'd
feel more
tighten
like
up
a
the
film.
script, yeah.
In the script.
Yeah. Brandon, so
Yeah.
point of view, you will be murdered by a man wearing a paper mache turkey mask unless you
Fix the
you are
movie?
now Herschel. What would
Okay.
you do differently if you're in his situation?
If I'm... Wait, what?
So
I'm going to be murdered, but... Oh, unless I fix it.
yeah.
Oh.
So you will be Herschel.
I would tell the scientists all of my drug problems.
You divulge your full history
Yeah.
of
And they'd be like, oh, wow, thank you for telling us. Actually, we have to give you this drug so
we gotta
nothing
at
will
least
happen
wait
bad.
until the drugs are out of your system.
Yeah.
But then
Or
we'll
that,
still do
yeah.
everything the same way. Everything will be fine.
That's what I'd do.
Because everything turned out well
Or
for me
I just
anyway.
wouldn't go to the turkey farm.
Yeah, don't take the job.
Right.
It was under weird
Or
circumstances.
stick to what they originally said, that he'd just be helping out on the farm rather than taking drugs when he got there.
Yeah, just go to work. Don't do the extra things.
Especially that you have to eat.
An entire turkey.
They're going to inject the drugs into the turkey and he has to eat it. That's pretty sketchy.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
So you won't be murdered by a...
Thank you. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Who should watch this movie?
Us, and that's it.
You wouldn't recommend people see it out of curiosity?
If they had to have a movie and nothing else, yes, I would. Well, anyone that needs a movie and can't not have a movie selection, and you
Yeah.
can think of literally no other better movie.
I'd
then
say
I
it'd be a
guess-
funny thing to have on in the background, like if you're just
Oh,
doing
yeah,
other
sure.
stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe at a party,
Yeah.
chiefing.
Party as you just sit down randomly, like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you're 45 minutes in.
Or if you're doing a podcast.
Right. That's
Yeah.
about it, though. It's not great entertainment. It's really just filler.
Yeah. It wasn't as cheesy as I hoped. It was just kind of
Yeah.
dull and bad. But it was still fun enough to point at and laugh.
Yeah. I'd agree. Want to move on to the trivia?
Do it, man.
And goofs?
Yeah.
I can give you one about Steve Hawks.
Let's hit it.
He was asked about this movie later in life, and he referred it to a sad chapter in my life, which 8 out of 8 found that interesting.
Hey, what about that Blood Freak movie? Oh, it was a sad chapter in my life.
Man.
So the
Can you
victim...
imagine what he went through to have to say that? That's
Yeah.
embarrassing almost.
I imagine.
It's a sad chapter.
This is probably the only thing he'll be known
Especially
for.
him seizing. He probably just thinks of himself seizing on screen like that. Like, yeah, I don't know.
He's
Maybe?
a blood freak. So the victim that gets his leg cut off on a table was an actual amputee.
Interesting. So, well, you already wrote that. And you already knew it.
I didn't know that. I forgot.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting to me because when I was watching that scene, I kept looking
Yeah.
at his I
That-
kept looking at his butt because I figured his leg would be under him through the table or something.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah, we
I
both
know
thought.
he
We
was
were
actually amputated.
Oh, so that actually makes the
Clever.
movie worse in a way because we were
They're
actually
playing out his disabilities.
that
What?
was like the one effect that we're legitimately like, that's a good effect. I
Oh
wonder
yeah,
how they
and
did
it
that.
was real.
But no, they just used an
But
extra
it wasn't
one.
real. Yeah.
So points for that, but points taken away for special
So
effects.
null points.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to the next one. Steve Hawkes' character is named after B-movie director Herschel Gordon Lewis. 4 out of 4 fun interesting. Okay. It's very obscure.
Only male turkeys or toms can make a call known as a gobble, and they mostly do it in the spring and fall to attract hens. Wild turkeys also gobble when they're surprised by loud sounds and when they settle in for the night. The wild turkey can make at least 30 different calls.
Jeez.
Wow.
I didn't know that. Who would have thought? The movie's cast was made up of acting students from producer-director. That makes sense. 4 out of 4 found it interesting.
Brad F. Grinter's class.
All right. Student film, basically.
Yes. The turkey monster head that Steve Hawkes wears was made out of paper mache. We knew that.
Yeah.
The
Everybody-
movie was originally rated X due to violent content.
I was going to say that, going back to the other question, maybe film students should watch this.
Yes.
Because it is film students in it, and you could be like, don't make
secondhand
movies
cringe.
like this, okay? Yeah. You think you know what type of movies you want to make, folks? Well,
This is
take
how
a
to
look at
avoid
this.
what you. This is
Yeah.
what not to do.
Maybe you'd like to make a movie like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Baby turkey is called a poult, chick, or even a turklet. An adult male turkey is called a tom, and a female is called a hen.
Wow.
Yeah.
The film's original financier backed out during production and left directors
Wow.
Brad F. Grinter and Steve Hawkes to complete it with their own resources.
Shit.
3 out of 3.
Man, why
found
did they just
interesting.
throw in the
Give
towel?
up? Yeah.
It must have been a sign. I mean,
It was a
jeez.
passion project.
We have to make this.
We gotta do this.
Such
This
a good
is
name, Blood Freak. Come
Our
on.
legacy. It's called Blood Freak. Get out of here. After
Wow.
Herschel hangs the woman on the door, a man in a blue shirt attacks Herschel, and the woman's eyes can be seen opening and looking at Herschel's fighting off the other
That's
man.
funny. I didn't know that.
When supposedly she's supposed to be dead.
Nice.
I hope she got an F in that class.
Right? Yeah, because they're all actors. Jeez. Well, we know they're actors. They're all students.
Yeah.
The wild turkey can fly. It does, however, prefer to walk and run. The domestic turkey is not an agile flyer, though.
Slamming
but
the walls.
the bird will perch in trees to stay safe from predators.
Nice.
Yeah.
After Herschel gets in a fight with the dope dealer, he pins him to the ground, lifts away his hands, and as the dope dealer lies there, the director can be heard saying, "Get up slowly."
That's funny. I didn't catch that, obviously, but
No.
that's good. I love those bloopers.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
When Europeans first encountered the wild turkey in Mexico, they incorrectly classified the bird as a type of guinea fowl called a turkey fowl. It was Turkish traders who originally sold guinea fowl from Africa to European markets. Turkey has no native turkeys, even though it's called turkey. Also, Benjamin Franklin thought turkeys would be better as a national bird because, and it's quoted, that bald eagles are a bird of bad moral characters. Benjamin Franklin was a fucking idiot. Oh, God. Sorry. That was a good one.
When Herschel and Anne are smoking weed, the director can be heard saying, "Action."
Nice.
Also, when Brandon is seen smoking weed, Amanda can be heard saying, "Action." Is this true?
That's not true.
Oh. Huh.
That's not true.
All right.
Okay.
So,
You ready?
do it.
We're going to rank it.
And the ranking.
We're doing rankings now between 1 to 7 because we're on episode 7.
Yes. So, in order of episodes that we did before, we did Donnie Darko, Triple X, Old Boy, 2003, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Morbius, and The Batman.
With Bob Batts.
And now,
Blood Freak. Blood Freak is gonna
So after Donnie Darko and... So it's going to take Triple X's spot at number 2
all right.
for me.
So yeah, that would be from last episode's rankings. We did worst to best Old Boy 2003, Donnie Darko, and you're saying
Blood Freak.
Triple X, Fear and Loathing Las Vegas.
Well,
Wait, where is Morbius? All right, just do a new ranking.
let's do a new ranking.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna go Donnie Darko.
worse than Old Boy?
Yeah.
No,
Well, what's
that's
this
fine.
ranking? What's this ranking?
All right, so
here?
I'm gonna rank. I'm
I
gonna
don't-
rank. Fuck
is
it.
this
I'm
not
I'll
the
rank-
order
I'll
that
rank
was
it. Fuck it, I'll
ranked?
do it
So
live. So Old Boy worst, then Donnie Darko. This is the order that we did it in real life. This is the order of the episodes we did it. From episode 1 was Donnie Darko.
Oh
episode
my
2
God!
was
I
Triple
see.
X.
I thought that was our actual rating. I'm sorry.
God.
Oh my Lord.
Should we start over?
No, it's fine.
All right,
It's
all
just,
right,
this
fine.
is crazy. This is crazy. Man.
All right, man.
Worst to best.
I wish we had our past one. If I remembered it. I'm just gonna say then
Just be honest with your heart.
Triple
be
X
true.
is number 1. No, worst first.
Worst.
Old Boy.
Old Boy.
Second, Donnie.
Okay.
Third,
Morbius.
Morbius.
Yeah.
Fourth, this.
Yeah.
Fifth, Triple X. 6, Fear and Loathing, and 7, Batman.
I agree with that assessment.
Perfect. Took me a minute to understand what we were doing there, but
To
sorry.
audience
I
at
see
home,
now. I see now what happened.
I just had on a Google Docs, which is how we organize this, the list of episodes in
order, which
of
I
how
thought
we
was
did the
our
episodes.
rating. All right, we're back on track now.
All right. How would the subject of this episode change if characters from previous episodes starred in it? So how would
Dude, Blood Freak.
it change
With Johnny Depp in it,
Yeah, Johnny Depp, Bob
as their
Batts,
characters or just as the actors?
however you feel is funnier.
There's a lot of possibility, but I'll just stick with one movie and we'll say how would the subject of this episode change?
Blood Freak change.
How would it change? I'm gonna put old boy actor in,
Blood Freak.
Oh my God, that's a
and
choice.
it would change tremendously because I think the Turkey Man would be more intense and probably just go lunatic on people,
Yeah,
most likely.
and he'd probably chop his gobbler off at the end
yeah,
to try
definitely,
and
yep.
make people not kill him.
That's the quickest assessment I can think of.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's good.
Okay, what about you?
So since it's drugs, I'll say Jonathan Depp from Fear
Okay.
and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Okay, yeah.
How I think it would go differently is he would not hesitate to do all the drugs immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wouldn't even wake up to go to that job in the morning to the turkey farm because he'd be
Just
pissed.
out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking a piss.
He'd be going in the bathroom. Yeah. That's my assessment.
Cool.
All right.
All right, let's go on to the Battle Royale
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
function feature.
Yes.
Okay.
So who would win? This is a battle royale featuring characters or actors from the current episode, which is
Blood Freak.
versus ones from previous episodes. So the battle arena, it's either a standard boxing ring or it's themed around the episode. So contestants are equipped with their iconic loadouts. So whatever their iconic loadout would be, their signature weapon and all.
What's-
Blood Freak.
He kills people with
Does
an
he
ice
have a
pick?
weapon?
His
I guess
ice
he
pick
has
thing.
he's like an ice pick thing.
That's
And the
it.
win condition is incapacitation, death, or ring out. So as in wrestling, surviving past contestants can make surprise appearances.
Okay, fair.
So yeah. So the previous episode winner was Bob Batts and Morbius. They were at an impasse because Batman has a severe weakness to mental damage, and Morbius was constantly ranting about suicidal thoughts,
Right.
and it was really
It was incapacitating him.
it was
He couldn't take
yeah.
it, yep.
Batman was incapacitated. And then Jonathan Depp, he came out of nowhere from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and then he appeared as the tiebreaker. He beat Morbius to death with a shower rod and then blew his head off with a revolver. So, and then, but since
Before
that's
being badly beaten by Bob Batts, but he still
right,
lives.
right. But that was a crime, and Bob Batts witnessed it.
Oh, right, he had to
So he had to-
enforce it.
Yeah. So he beat the living fuck out of Jonathan Depp. So he's beaten, not dead though, because
Right.
that's against his code.
True.
So, reigning champ, Bob Batts, he still lives.
Yeah.
All other past episode contestants have died, other than Jonathan Depp. Okay, so Bob Batts, he's immune to regular bullets. He has superior ninja martial arts skills, and he has rich boy gadgets, such as unrealistic audio-visual recording contact lenses. And he has Alfred, who can figure out complex puzzles for him live from the Batcave. However, Bob Bats is extremely susceptible to mind games and has no mental defenses whatsoever. Even simply saying his birth name repeatedly is enough to break his mind. He can also be temporarily stunned by double-barrel shotguns at point-blank range. And here's a special caveat just for this situation. So, normally the win condition's either incapacitation or death, but since we're talking about Batman here, and it's post-Golden Age Batman, he cannot kill other living humans or former humans. So, if this is the 1930s Batman, he would have no qualms about straight icing a motherfucker with his Batgat, but, you know, this is modern Batman. He's got a moral code.
Yeah.
So if Batman kills his opponent, he loses. His only way to win here is incapacitation or ring out. So, alright. So,
He's got a chance.
yeah. So explain this episode's opponent. Give a reason why opponents are willing to stay and fight. And give the location of the fight. So where are they fighting here?
Opponent, where?
What's the battle arena?
Turkey Farm.
Turkey Farm. With constantly looping gobbling.
Yeah, just insanity.
Yeah. Is it darker or light?
Let's say dark.
Okay.
Why not?
Well, remember, Batman is the
I know,
shadows.
I know.
So-
But Turkey Man can also see in the dark, apparently.
Yeah.
too.
That's his main operating
Yeah.
area. Okay.
Do we have Johnny? Yeah, Johnny's left and Bob Bats.
Jonathan Depp he wasn't beaten to
He's-
death. He's
right.
alive. He could make an appearance if we're at like an impasse.
Yeah, we may have to bring him back next episode because might be
Yeah.
too beaten to live.
Yeah,
Or
he's
to
definitely
fight.
in recovery mode.
Yeah.
So
then we're just at Bob Bats and Turkey Man.
yeah. And what's the reason for fighting? What's their motivation?
The only thing I can think of is that Batman sees Turkey Man killing people.
Yeah.
You know.
He knows he's a killer on the loose.
Yeah, hiding in the shadows, just watching people.
And
bleed out.
obviously, Blood Freak. Bob Bats injected himself with the adrenochrome serum, and Blood Freak saw him do that, so he knows he's got drugs in his system.
Oh man!
Yes.
Then he goes on a blood freak drug
He's on a
rage.
Blood Freak rampage, going
Nice.
after the bats at the turkey farm.
Okay.
All right. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
How does this play out, folks?
I would say Blood Freak starts coming at Batman
With his ice pick.
with his ice pick. You could just end it right here. I mean, Batman could easily.
Okay,
just,
so rephrase it. How does Batman win?
how? I can start it. We can maybe add on as we go.
Yeah, let's go.
I would just say initially Batman would probably flashbang him or use like a grappling pistol and take the ice pick out of his hand or something, or wraps his wrists with the
And he disarms him, okay.
disarms him.
All right, so Bob Bats sees the shadows, he disarms him with the grappling
But
hook.
then Turkey Man then physically comes at Batman without the ice pick,
Yeah.
continues to try to get him.
He can't talk.
But it's hand-to-hand combat though, so Batman's pretty strong at hand-to-hand
Batman's
combat.
really, really good at
I mean,
combat.
Turkey Man, the only thing he had, Blood Freak, was just picking people up. with
He's a
one
husky
hand.
man with a
He's
turkey
a-
head.
Yeah, and it's paper mache though.
He can't talk, so he can't like mentally hurt
Yeah, you can
Batman.
just goggle or gobble. I don't know. You go, because they're just hand-to-hand combat at this point. I'm imagining, Turkey Man trying to swing on him. Maybe he gets a hit, but Batman's too strong.
I can just.
don't know.
I don't see any other way than Batman just beats the living shit out of him, and then
Well, and he just took the stimmy pack too, the
Yeah.
adrenaline dose.
Herschel Turkey Head. Yeah. So he's extra.
Think about it. He
ruthless
probably
with
does
his
the
beating.
thing where, like, he makes a U with his arms and his two fists, and then he like
Double punches
him. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
double punches Turkey Man.
He's beating him so hard that Herschel prays. He does the thing, and he's just like, "Please don't kill me."
He does, and then all of a sudden during the match, the narrator shows up,
Oh my
and he's
god!
like, "Folks, be careful what you pray for."
This fucking guy.
And then all of a sudden, Turkey Man just wakes up, bloodied and everything, and Batman's standing over him. Oh my God! I almost killed you, Turkey Man.
I've gone too far as Batman.
You're actually a man. I thought you were a Turkey Man.
Oh, you're saying the narrator talks, he
The
preaches to
narrator-
the audience and makes everybody mad,
Yep.
and then it cuts back and Herschel has no
He's
turkey head
normal.
anymore?
Exactly. Yep.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Plot twist! Twist! Oh shit, dude.
Yep. And then But at that point, Herschel's the man again. So
Yeah.
he wouldn't be going... Well,
I guess Bob Batts would have just disappeared.
they form an alliance?
No, he's a criminal. Wait, but did it happen? Did any of
He's
this
not a
happen?
criminal. How is he a criminal?
Well, he killed people. That's why Batman was after him.
Okay, true, okay.
But did that even happen? The narrator
No, it
just
didn't.
rewrote reality.
No, I'm basically saying, yeah, it's multiverse time, and we're going to reference the movie and say the narrator stepping in and saying all that changed the course of time somehow.
Oh, man.
Turns Turkey Man back into a human man that dreamt all of that.
So was Batman
Bob
part of the battle?
Batts,
Did
he
Batman
was.
just beat up an
yes,
innocent man
yeah.
on drugs?
Uh-huh.
I
And
guess he
now
could-
Batman is having inner turmoil
over
because he
doing
just took
that.
drugs and beat the
Yes.
shit out of this guy that he thought was a turkey.
Yes.
This is not a turkey
He was the one hallucinating.
the whole time.
So when he injected himself with the serum,
Yeah.
he hallucinated the turkey head and he beat the shit out of this innocent drug user.
Yeah.
Damn. He's
So
got
at
a lot to think about.
So at that point, if you want to, we could safely say that Batman turns himself in.
No.
No. No. Can't end that way.
No, you can
Because
do
I
that
could
if
save
you
him
want.
for the next episode. Okay, yeah.
Oh, but damn, that'd be sad.
What would happen then? Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I think that
He's-
Batman would be really upset. That
Yeah.
would cause emotional damage to himself. So
Okay.
he'd be at a loss of what to do. And then Jonathan Depp comes in, an experienced drug user, and he takes him under his wing. He's
He's
like,
not okay, right? Yeah. 'cause
Listen,
he's
Bats.
still hurt, but he's
everybody does
can
drugs from time to
coach him.
time. I'm high on adrenochrome right now.
Adrenochrome.
Let's go back to my place and I'll
Sing you a song.
Yeah, I'll sing you a song. I've got dynamite in my basement, but you can sleep down there, Bob Batts. Batman's,
Dynamite? Why do you have dynamite in your basement?
Because I need to blow shit up.
Oh, okay. Good idea.
Yeah. Man after my own heart. Yeah,
Oh, okay. And then Herschel's just sitting there bloodied.
yeah.
They call an
technically-
ambulance for him.
Yeah, yeah.
So at that point, they're all alive.
Yeah. So technically.
Man, we just added a new contestant then to the.
Yeah. Herschel's not dead
Hmm.
because Batman couldn't kill him.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So that's the
That's it.
kind of a
There.
fizzle out ending, but
Yeah,
but you know,
But just like this movie,
it's a
it
fizzle out
wasn't
ending.
that
So
eventful. So there's not much we could add to the.
it's a disappointing ending.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But we utilized the movie's plot and information to
Yeah.
alter the results in a clever way, I'd say.
And I guess so far the real winner is drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Nice. So whatever we do next time, we'll have
We
three
have
contestants
Herschel.
to work with. Yeah.
Who has the power of the narrator to undo
He does have the power of
Yeah.
it. Yep. Okay.
and Batman, who's got extreme weaknesses to mental damage, and Jonathan Depp,
yeah.
who's
Who's
high as
now a therapist.
tripping balls. Yeah.
Batman's therapist.
Yeah. Lets him hang out in his basement.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Nice.
Excuse
right.
me.
So let's wrap this thing up, huh?
Let's wrap it up.
Let's cleanse our palates. Let's talk about something else. You know, a little more calmer, nicer. What else do you want to hate? So like something that annoys you, grinds your gears, pets your peeves, boils your piss, etc. If you can't think of anything, you could try and tie it in thematically with the episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can say I hate boiled piss,
Yeah.
and I would say that I hate movies that don't. I can't say make sense.
That don't have like a plot structure.
Yeah, because honestly, the way this movie made me feel like, in a way, was like in experimental film,
Yeah.
because it was very loose. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
The editing was sloppy.
Things just
the acting,
happen.
things happened.
With no connective tissue.
So that's something that I don't like.
Yeah.
That's a pet peeve.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah.
I'll
It's a
say.
current pet peeve of mine as
Yeah.
I'm thinking about this movie.
I'll say bonfires.
Okay.
So they're pointless. So especially when it's not cold out, they make you too hot on one side, too cold on the other side. They like pollute the air forcing anybody who's within the region to smell it. It stinks. You get eaten alive by mosquitoes because you're outside. And then you give away your tactical position, which could attract the Nazgul.
Mm.
And then, like, it's the year 2022. We have climate-controlled, insect-proof, well-lit boxes filled with electronic entertainment called houses. So why in the Sam Hill would you sit around a burning pit inhaling smoke, brother? Huh? To be closer to nature? To regress into a Paleolithic tribe? To interact with people? I don't see the point. What do you think about bonfires?
I think they're fine.
Oh, all right.
Because the thing you're saying about the mosquitoes too, I noticed that if you're around the fire, the smoke should help with the mosquitoes.
But you wouldn't even be near mosquitoes inside in the first place.
That's true. You're right.
Why? All right.
It's more of like a social bonding type thing.
It's dumb. Why would you want to do that?
I don't know. I like it. I like
I
looking
don't
in
like
the fire,
social bonding.
sitting around. You know.
Ah, fuck. Let's change the subject.
Okay, fine.
What else have you been watching or reading
fine.
or playing or doing and since last episode? Huh?
Huh? You think you're that?
You think you're that?
What you been doing? What you been up to?
Batman, have you heard of him?
Been working a lot still. Did a couple photo shoots recently. Playing this game called Kingdom Rush
Is
on
that
the
a
phone.
mobile game? Yeah.
It's a mobile game and on the Switch, Nintendo Switch.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty fun.
It's like a gacha game, kind of.
What, like pay to win or something?
Yeah.
No, it's more of like a strategy tower game. Like where the enemies
Tower
come.
defense.
Yeah, a tower defense game.
Oh.
It's mindless. It's something easy to get into. And what else? I've been reading and studying for the drone FAA Part 107 license, which, as we've talked about before, is pretty pointless because of the fact
I
that
believe it's a scam because they allow you to drive a drone like recreationally for free. Like that doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
So clearly there's not like a safety hazard to be scared about.
No.
So that's not a reason, why you'd need to take a test or anything.
So the main point of the license for people that don't know is that potentially you would be able to legally
make profit off of flying
with
a drone.
your drone.
So just to recap, you can fly your drone, do whatever you want with your drone,
Yeah.
as long as you're not making money.
Stay under 400 feet, fly
But-
recreationally,
but-
you're fine.
If you're going to make money, you have to pay some of that protection racket money to the FAA through a $150 certification fee. Or
It
if they
does
find
seem-
out that you made money and you didn't give them a slice of that cheddar,
Yeah, they'll shut you
they're going to
down.
get a piece of cheddar back through fines.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get that cheddar, baby.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, just take my certification, take this test, pay me $150. We're all cool, baby. If you don't do that, I'm fining your ass.
I thought you were Mr. Burns there at the start of that, but then you turned into a mobster.
Okay.
Hey, Smithers.
Hey, Smithers. I've
Basically
become
the
a
same-
gangster, Smithers.
Basically the same thing. The government's a bunch of gangsters.
Yeah.
But no, it is silly though, because normally, like you said, recreationally you're fine to fly. I've been reading, it looks like you are able to potentially get certain permissions with the certification. But again, if you're able to get most of the same thing done recreationally, what is
Why
the
do you have
big
to-
draw or deal to have to pay money?
And I see the
To
big
start
thing
getting
here is involving money.
Right.
So that's
Because I'm
questionable.
thinking this, and again, not and again, but airspace is going to be different than highway space and biking space. So, if you're riding your bike and delivering pizzas, you wouldn't have to get a certification for that to make money.
Right.
But
But how else is the FAA going to make money
yeah,
off of drones?
it's really weird. It's a weird thing.
It's kind of scummy.
Kind of scummy. But yeah, that's about it, honestly.
But it's
Just,
still cool if you get your certification.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah, man.
What about you? Let's hear it.
All right. So since last episode,
You're having a lot of bonfires.
had real bad experiences at a bunch of bonfires.
Huh.
No.
Got thrown into one. No.
No. So, TMNT 2007. We watched that together. Then I watched Hawkeye, the limited streaming series, Rango, the Boba Fett book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Battlestar Galactica. I finally finished last season.
Cool. Did you like it?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah? Okay.
It
You're
gets,
trying to, what?
I would recommend
Does it
watching
get
it.
kooky after a while or what?
No, it gets really dark at one point, but you have to power through that part, and then it gets really good.
Okay. I feel like I watched up to that dark point you're talking about, because it used to be on Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
I used to watch it a lot, and I really liked it, but I never kept up with it.
It's in season 4, which is the last season, and halfway through that season, this really dark thing happens, but then the rest of the season makes it worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
But that's why I hadn't finished it, because I started it years ago, and then I never finished
Oh.
because it was too dark for me. I was like, well, shit, this is grim.
Gotcha.
But it's worth finishing. And then I watched Reacher, which is an Amazon series with my dad. Read the book Figure Drawing, Design and Invention by Michael Hampton. Morpho Anatomy for Artists, Simplified Forms by Michel Losuriella. Moon Knight. The Office Season 9, I finished that one too.
Is that the final season?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It's good.
For what it was?
I mean, The Office is something you can throw on. It's got like 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
It's like easy watching.
Yeah.
Watched Condor Season 1. Raiders of the Lost Ark again. We watched Prey 2022 twice.
So that's 2 times now, yeah.
Watched with my dad and watched with Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Watched Where to Invade Next 2015 documentary. Watched Black Klansman.
What's that?
You never? Yeah, have you
No.
heard of this?
No, I've heard of this.
This is directed by Spike Lee, and it's
a Spike Lee joint.
It's a Spike Lee joint. It's true-ish story. Some stuff, it's mostly true, but then some characters are made to spice it up.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this the first black police officer at the Colorado Springs Police Department in the 70s is goes undercover, and he calls the KKK, and
You guys recruiting?
yeah, he does.
He pulls the Clayton
Yeah, he does.
Bigsby.
He
Really?
literally does.
Oh, well.
So he's a black guy. He's inducted into the KKK, but obviously he can't be the face of
Right.
when they show up. So the person who shows up is Adam Driver, and so he's like the real body in person version, but the black guy is still doing the voice over the phone.
Oh.
And
It's kind of interesting.
yeah, it has an interesting climax that didn't actually happen, but they made it up to make it, not just fizzle
Spike
out.
Lee joint?
Yeah, Spike Lee joint.
All right.
Then I watched Murder at 1600. Then I watched Miss Marvel.
Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I don't even think I've seen the trailer for. I need to watch it after we do this episode.
Yeah. And the last thing is Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's good. I'd say if you're a fan of... Hi, Toonie Dog.
Ghostbusters?
If you're a fan of the first 2 Ghostbusters movies, then this is a lot of fan service. You'll like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it original cast? Is that...
So it's...
Maybe some of them just sprinkled in there, but not like as Ghostbusters?
So the interesting thing is Dan Aykroyd is basically the brainchild behind all the Ghostbusters stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this other dude named Harold Ramis, he was Egon Spengler in
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also like a director and stuff. But anyway, he died,
Oh.
but he was writing a screenplay with Dan Aykroyd. And I think even while Harold Ramis was still alive, part of the plan was that Egon Spengler dies and becomes a ghost.
Ah.
And so one of the
Was he
Ghostbusters
CG?
is a ghost. What?
He was CG in that then?
I don't want to spoil too much.
Okay, yeah.
But
okay.
yeah, basically,
Yeah.
most of it stars Egon Spengler's family, like his daughter and then his grandchildren.
Okay.
And since he dies, he had this creepy, spooky ghost house, and they inherit that house.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then he turns, and then it's Casper, the movie.
Yeah, and then the rest of it is just Casper, the movie from the 1990s.
Right. Just cuts to Casper.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Anyway,
Check it out.
that's what we watched.
I can add to what mine was before.
Yeah, say.
We were watching a series called Blackbird, which is pretty good.
What's that? Spies?
Without spoilers, there's this guy that's involved in a lot of criminal activity, gets caught. I believe it's mostly money stuff, but
TV show?
whoever, there was 6 episodes of it. They're about an hour long or so. whoever was charging him and everything or working with his case basically said that he can get out of jail if they're going to move him to another facility or something. There's this guy that's been potentially killing, raping, murdering kids and girls, all this stuff. And
It's not good.
It's not good at all. So they really want to find out where he's burying these bodies, the serial murderer, because they don't know yet. And that would literally seal the coffin, of his case to put him away forever. So the other guy is basically assigned to find out where those people are. But the guy is not all there, the serial killer. And the other guy has to kind of make friends with him. And it's really good. Because the whole time he's trying to gain his trust, but the serial killer guy doesn't trust him at first. And
Who would you
it's a
recommend
whole thing.
watch Blackbird?
Who? You?
Oh, okay.
Anybody that likes
Like Dexter, or Hannibal, True
no.
Detective. Yeah.
It
True
is kind of
crime.
more of a drama. Yeah, maybe like true crime.
Yeah.
It's more of a drama, but character development's really good. The acting's good. Cinematography's so-so. It's just it's good.
All right.
So we've been watching that. I'm trying to think what else. I know there's something else, but I can't remember. Yeah, we watched Prey. That
We
was
watched
something.
Prey again. Prey's good.
Oh, I tried to watch the new Buzz Lightyear movie, and that didn't go well.
Oh, you didn't like?
No, I hated it.
You said it didn't have Tim Allen as voice.
No, it
I
didn't.
want to hear somebody do a bad Tim Allen impersonation. You're just going, ooh.
Well, watch this movie and you will. Yeah, but seriously, it wasn't. I really like Toy Story a lot, and all of them really, 1 through 4. But watching this, I don't know if the guy studied Tim Allen's voice or was trying to copy him, but he kind of does sound like Tim Allen. But it's to the point where it's like, it's not Tim Allen, and you
Tim
hear
Allen's
it.
not doing his crap,
Yeah.
then I don't know what he sounds like. To be
Yeah, and I
honest.
don't know the full specs of it, but I do recall.
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I just sounded just like Tim Allen, right?
You did. You could be him.
Yeah.
But I've heard or read something with Tim Allen about the topic, and he was basically saying he had no idea why he wasn't chosen either or asked to do it. But I think they're trying to expand, probably like everything else, moneymaker.
Well, they ran out of ideas, so now they
Yeah.
have to go into the fake fictional
So now he's
stories
Lightyear.
from other.
Right.
So they
Is it-
might do a cowboy show starring Woody.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought they already announced that or something.
Make Cars 4, Cars 5.
I don't think I've even seen the Cars movie.
No, me neither, because
Yeah.
they look. It's
The
a dumb
children
idea.
movie, right?
Why would there be a car if there's nobody to drive the car? It's just a world of cars.
Yeah. What about isn't it called Huey? There's like a movie called Huey or something with the beetle.
A living Vita. Well, that's just like a. Well, there's
Hubert?
humans in that. And
Oh, that's true.
what?
Okay. Or even Nighthawk. No, what's the guy?
Knight Rider.
Yeah, Knight Rider.
That's a cybernetically.
He's still
enhanced
driving it
car.
too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Well,
humans exist.
You
wouldn't have
Transformers. They're
No,
cars.
because they're Cybertron. The only reason they turn into cars is
There's
because
gotta
they're
be something.
robots in disguise.
Okay.
There's nothing,
Alright.
because nobody's dumb enough to
speaking
make
of
that
which-
as a concept.
That's true. They're gonna have a new.
Well, let's just have a world of toothbrushes, living toothbrushes. But there's no humans, there's no teeth to brush the teeth of, but there's living toothbrushes. Let's just do that.
Yeah, it's Pee Wee Herman's world.
No, because Pee Wee Herman's in that world, dude.
Yeah.
You
they
get the
can't brush his
fundamental
teeth.
problem here.
He has his own toothbrush, even though there's giant toothbrushes.
Let's just wrap this
Let's
up.
just wrap it up. But I was gonna say though, there's gonna be Beast Wars Transformers soon. I'm kind of
Like a
excited
live
about that.
action movie.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I mean, it's
it's live action.
borderline live action,
Yeah.
CGI mainly.
Mark
but-
Wahlberg green screened in front of Beast Wars CGI.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Autobots turn into a gorilla.
They all do.
Oh,
The
yeah,
cheetah-
there's not
cheetah's
even
a-
other
The
animals.
bee is a gorilla. The cheetah's a gorilla. The T-Rex is a
They
gorilla.
turn from one animal into gorilla.
All of them. They just start
Rat Trap
fighting.
turns into a gorilla.
Exactly.
Megatron turns from a T-Rex down into a little gorilla. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. All right, well, final thoughts.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I didn't enjoy this movie too much.
No, it wasn't as cheesy as
Yeah.
I was hoping.
It was okay. It was cheesy, but it was not.
It's too much slow. Too much.
Yeah, too much slow.
Too much slow.
Once the guy started killing, it was good again.
The narrator really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, what are we gonna
Well,
fade
shit.
out on?
I don't know.
Blood
Freak.
That's just, all right. Go back.
Okay.
Blood Freak.
Hope everybody enjoyed this. If you made it this far, thank you.
Yeah.
Not a long episode, but shorty buddy goody.
Shorty buddy goody dude.
Shorty buddy goody.
All right. Let's do it. Let's
Gobble
fade
gobble.
out. Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble.
Blood freak. Blood freak. Blood freak. Blood freak.
Bye.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble gobble.
Blood.
Cock-a-doodle doo.